Yo, this is Conan. You're listening to World of Wrestling Podcast with Tax and Rich. Boom.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the World of Wrestling Podcast. My name is Rich, and I'm joined, as always, by professional wrestling commentator Tax Williams.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm pretty well, man. How are you?
Very good. Good Easter?
Yeah, lovely time. Went down to the coast to see my mum. Had lots of chocolate eggs. It was lovely.
Very, very nice.
Good time.
This week,
Yes.
we are covering the worst thing ever in WWE, but I just want to gauge your opinion before we get started on something else which people thought was the worst creation, but now I've seen a lot of people warm to it. Firefly Funhouse.
Right, yeah.
Have you seen the Bray Wyatt TV show host?
I have seen the Bray Wyatt stuff. Yeah, it looks good, man.
I'm so happy.
It's the Bray Wyatt we all never knew we needed, you know?
He's looking jacked.
Yeah, it's looking good. I've only seen the little promo bits and stuff, and obviously the thousands of GIFs that are floating around social media and such. But yeah, it looks kind of cool. Like, I think it's going to be fun. I love the Dave Benson Phillips / kind of like, you know, serial killer crossover he's going for.
It's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah,
and I'm keen. I'm keen for them to make it be ridiculous because they need something like it.
Cool. That was a terrible segue into that, but you got away with that. I think it's fine. So today we are doing the WWF Brawl for All from 1998.
Holy crap. Now, I remember, so before we went live, we were talking about remembering Friday nights when we used to watch Monday Night Raw, or at the time, Raw is War.
Indeed, for those first few bits of the Attitude Era, it was always on a Friday in the UK.
Yeah, switching between that and Bravo to watch Nitro.
Yeah, bit of ECW previous to that as well, like, yeah.
And I always remember thinking to myself, what the hell is this?
What, with the Brawl for All?
Yeah.
God, it's just the weirdest thing WWE have ever done by miles. Like, some people have shat all over it, and I've got a few quotes that we'll finish the pod with, but so it's WWF's attempt at a legit shoot fight tournament. How legit all of it is, I'm not convinced, but, you know, I'm critical of everything. So.
Well, I am convinced it was legit through hearing people like Pritchard talk about it in some of the Something to Wrestle With podcast, hearing Cornette talk about it. It was 100% legit shoot fight. Because WWE,
saying it's 100% legit makes it sound like it was good and well organized and stuff, and it fucking wasn't.
And that's why you know it was legit, because it was so bad. So bad.
It was shoot, you know what I mean? Yeah, for sure, definitely. And there's moments where I feel like people maybe took a dive here and there to save their own face almost, you know? But
like Steve Williams.
Yeah, indeed, wait. So it takes place on June the 29th to August the 24th, 1998, across various Raws, okay? Yeah. Or Raw is War, as it would have been at this time, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't actually check that, but thinking about it, it was always Raw is War at that time. So allegedly, the idea comes directly from the mind of Vince Russo.
Well, the original formation was Bradshaw wanting to do some kind of hardcore fighting,
because he could claim that you could beat everyone up in a bar or whatever.
But it does seem to be legit. It seems to be the brainchild of Vince Russo. Cornette said it, Bradshaw said it.
Yeah.
And as far as I'm concerned, two people saying that Russo did it is good enough for me to say that it's 100% accurate.
I think Vince Russo's talked about it and said it was his idea as well. Yeah. But after watching that documentary on the Montreal Screwjob on Vice, there's a moment in it where I don't mean to spoil things for you. Spoilers if you want to just skip ahead a minute or whatever. There's a moment where Jim Cornette explains how he gave the idea to Vince McMahon to screw Bret Hart and describes the history behind it and gives all these details. And it cuts to Vince Russo and he goes, "I just said go screw him, bro." And you're like, "Oh yeah, sure you did, Vinny. Well done." It's like, yeah. So I don't know how much I could ever trust anything Vince Russo says, or Jim Cornette for that matter, but like, I trust Cornette more than I trust Russo.
But, you know, if I'm completely honest, no one should want to put their name to this.
No, absolutely. So let's quickly talk about the rules. So we've got three rounds, okay? Each round lasts 1 minute, okay, which is very short for a shoot fight.
Cardio.
And the winner basically is by KO or points, okay? So the point system is either land... These are just the dumbest rules ever. Land the most punches in a round. Not the best punches, but just landing punches gets you 5 points. So you could land 50, like, taps and slaps and win the round. But if you got hit once with a solid hook, you'd still win the round. You know, it's fucking ridiculous.
That's how I usually win all my fights.
Just walk in, slap away.
Happy slapping away.
You've been tangoed, bro. So a takedown will get you 5 points, okay? So landing 60 haymakers each round equals the same as one singular takedown, which is just madness.
Vince has been watching MMA. They basically got Shamrock and Dan Severn and they're going, what do you normally get points for in the UFC? Takedowns. That's the number one.
I think they went, what's Steve Williams good at? Let's give points for that. You know, can he do takedowns? Is he a wrestler? Yeah, for sure. So a knockdown, which, like, how do you define a knockdown in a minute? You know, it's kind of silly. Gets you 10 points, all right? So shittest rules ever. Best way to win is what I worked out immediately, was to go for 1 million takedown attempts, as many takedowns as you possibly can, and just throw 1 million tiny jabs.
As you said, though, you don't even need to do the jabs, because if you're trying to take someone down, they're punching in the back. They're not going to land the punches. Doesn't count.
See, but by the rules, that should count. Because if you're being taken down, you're going, no. You've landed 50 punches, you know?
But then because if you're doing that, you can't block the takedown.
That's a fair point. So, competitors, okay? So the WWF at this time had Ken Shamrock and Dan Severn and Steve Blackman all employed. Ken Shamrock didn't get in the tournament. Apparently him and Severn were told, you're not going to be a part of this to start with. And Severn kind of worked his way into it somehow. But those two seem to be the 3 legitimate martial artists they have at this point. Did you immediately have, like, a winner in mind? Should we go through the list of who it is?
Yeah, go through the list.
Have I got it?
Do you want me to go through the list?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
It's on here somewhere, but I can't be bothered. My notes are a mess because this is across like 50 different Raw shows.
So the participators, we have the Lethal Weapon, Steve Blackburn, Johnny B. Bad, Mark Merrow, Mark Canterbury, Henry O'Godwin, off of Southern Justice.
Using his shoot name, like, weird, yeah.
Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Baracus, everyone's favourite ECW alumni.
The man Taz was like, I'm not selling for you, bitch.
Big time Puerto Rican legend, Savio Vega.
Fucking A.
Darren Drozdov. Road Warrior Hawk. We'll get to that later. Bodacious Bart. Bombastic Bob. Or the other way round.
Bart Gunn, Bob Holly, yeah.
Quebecer Pierre, PCO.
PCO.
20 years after this, forging himself the best career. He's the only one who survived the Brawl for All. Dr. Death Steve Williams, The Godfather, Dan Severn, 8-Ball off of the Disciples of Apocalypse, and
Easy for you to say, yeah.
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Off of the Too Cold variety.
Ooh.
Scorpio.
You're so funky. Just awesome. Ooh, Flash. So this is just after the King of the Ring 1998. You know, that King of the Ring, where the crazy Foley bump happens off the top of the cell and Austin drops Austin drops the belt to Kane for 24 hours. I remember this being such a significant moment in my life.
Yeah.
Like,
even now, just looking back at some of these Monday Night Raws, just some of the footage between the Brawl for All bits, I was like, oh, wrestling was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. So, as well as watching skimming through to find the Brawl for All segments, I skimmed through every episode of Raw that these were on as well. So I have little side notes about things that were happening because I fucking
need it.
Exactly.
Need it.
Because, like, you know, the Brawl for All was not my favourite thing that ever happened, that's for sure. But there's some moments to talk about for sure. It's
There's
a good
definitely moments.
Yeah, exactly. So,
so we haven't covered what people get for the victory.
No, this is not announced on any of these shows.
Until the final.
Yeah, exactly.
Until the final.
You would have thought that, like, a prize money of £100,000.
Well, split 75-25 between winner and finalist.
Apparently not to start with.
Paid all to Steve Williams first.
Yeah, so this is the thing. So the prize money was meant to be £100,000. Then, spoiler, we'll get to it, but Steve Williams wins his first match, Dr. Death, and then is allegedly paid that $100,000 straight away
because he beat One-Eyed Pierre.
I mean, it was all set up for him to win. That was the whole point.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure most people who know the Brawl for All know this bit, and you know this. But the idea was to have Steve Williams win the Brawl for All because JR was like, oh, he can beat anyone up, blah, 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 blah. And then he would go on to feud with Steve Austin, and there'd kind of be a link with the names and stuff there.
Yeah,
and
Steve Williams versus Steve Williams.
Yeah, well, that's his legit name, isn't it? Shoot name, yeah. But it didn't quite work out that way.
Great booking, bro.
So, tuning in to some of these Raws from 1998, just you hear that. Just like, oh, I miss 1998 Raw so much.
If we get a monetized hit for your singing, I'm going to be so proud and also disappointed.
If AEW can capture 20% of what Raw was in 1998, I'll watch everything they ever do.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm praying for at the moment, is someone to capture this atmosphere, this feeling. Like, Nandy walked past me, my other half, watching this, and just went, wow, that crowd's like crazy.
So many signs in there as well.
Yeah, to the point of like, I would hate to be in the crowd because you wouldn't be able to see shit. But they're constantly on their feet. They're constantly screaming. They're bouncing. It's like a metal gig, you know? Yeah. It's incredible compared to how people just kind of sit there and absorb the bollocks they get to watch nowadays.
Oh, Kevin Owens turned.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, didn't see that coming. Yeah, for sure.
He threw pancakes first. What's Steve Austin doing?
Exactly. So the first one is Raw's War 266, if that's what we want to start on the network. The best way is actually go to Cage Match. Just put in Brawl for All. You can find the links to all the matches. So, June 29th, 1998.
A day that will go down the history of pro wrestling as a great... Oh, no, wait.
JR called it the Brawl for It All on the first mention of it, and I've well played, JR. Good job, mate. They show Blackman shadow boxing backstage, and JR and King run down the rules, as we've explained earlier. And King calls it Combination Combat. Shout out to the kid. No one will ever get that reference unless they live in Canada and like backyard professional wrestling, but you know, it's all good. They announced Danny Hodge as the ref. Have you ever heard of Danny Hodge up until this point?
He seems to be a big deal, though. He's refereed many a fight.
Has he actually? Have you done this research? Or
nope, because I assumed he was just local worker, and they basically gave him the same name, but it was a different bloke every week.
A bit more than local worker. I did a bit of research, looked at his Wikipedia basically. It was quality research. He's an American boxer / wrestler, amateur and professional. So he's an amateur boxer, professional wrestler basically, is what it seems to be. So yeah, I don't know why suddenly he has a legitimacy in this, and he's not used after the first few matches.
Because Big John McCarthy wasn't available.
Well, to be fair, he was kind of under contract at the time, so you know, the UFC.
That real fighting organisation.
Exactly. So Mark Merrow comes out first, Steve Blackman out second. They both get the same generic entrance music that I believe Steve Blackman adopted after this show.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
But I like the fact that still, like, because obviously, you know, start the fight with two legit fighters, you know, Golden Gloves winner Mark Merrow, mixed martial artist,
yeah.
Steve Blackman, two people who actually know how to fight.
Yeah.
And chuck some massive boxing gloves on them. And at least, like, Mark Merrow, I know it's part of his gimmick, but at least he looked like he was a boxer. We'll get to other... And again, Blackman, obviously full of charisma as always.
Well, I have a real soft spot for both these guys. Mark Merrow, because of the TKO. Always, if I'm ever going to do anything ever professional wrestling, I want to hit a TKO at some point in my life.
We can arrange that. I'll take it.
I hit it on a kid in Cub Scouts when I was about 13. He wasn't very happy because it was shoot. Just literally picked him up and just TKO'd him. Was like, yeah, probably shouldn't have done that. You know, I learned quickly not to be a dick after that. But anyway, and Steve Blackman, I don't know. I just found it funny that he came out with like glow in the dark nightsticks. That's hard to say. And did this every time he came to the ring, which
he knows
I love.
kung fu. And also, you know, tip of the cap to when he was in, you know, in Head Cheese.
Oh man, that was a weird time. It's right towards the end of his time with WWF, wasn't it, with Al Snow and such?
Yeah, who would have thought that's the thing that pushed him over the edge?
Well,
But let's say about that pay-per-view, the better.
Fucking hell, dude. The best thing I noticed immediately about the production levels of Raw and stuff is this ramp.
Yeah.
Like the ramp with the lights underneath it and such. Like they need to bring this back. It looked incredible. It just looked really cool.
In fairness, the production is the best thing that happened with the whole Brawl for All.
Yeah, it's really interesting. They lit it like it was a boxing match. Yeah. They darked out the crowd to the extent where you could still see them, but it felt more dramatic.
Yeah.
Bright white light on the ring. They added the little corner turnbuckles like in boxing rings or like New Japan use.
And they really put over the fact that, you know, this is a legit fight. We had to get real judges in again. Yeah. Yep. I'm sure they are legit judges.
Real. Yep. But yeah, I just thought it looked quite good. They even do the boxing tags on the ropes to stop them from separating when they get to it. I'm not sure how efficient they were because many people fall through the ropes in this thing.
Just due to the hard-hitting competition.
Yeah. So... basically, Blackman takedown. Crowd instantly start to boo. Merrow looking for the uppercut as Blackman comes in, but they're wearing what look like 20-ounce gloves, so it's probably going to do fuck all at this point. Like a short uppercut is not going to damage someone with it looks like a 20-ounce glove. It looks huge.
Yeah, it basically looked like someone had taken a comedy fist.
Yeah, I think the idea was to protect the boys. But, don't put them in a shoot fight tournament then, you fucking idiots, you know?
This is one of the reasons, apparently, why Dan Severn was really pissed off about it. Because, why am I having to wear boxing gloves?
Yeah.
If it's a shoot fight, bare knuckle.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But think of that in front of kids and stuff.
Well, it wasn't really a kid-friendly audience back in 98, was it? You were really aiming that 18 to 34 demographic.
You say that, but how old were you at the time? 98.
Definitely not 18 to 34. I would have been...
I was 86, so... 12.
Yeah.
I was 12 watching
I'd have been
this.
15.
Yeah.
Sitting there thinking,
So we were kids watching this. I remember hating it. It just being
bad
so bored.
parenting all round.
It's all good. So Mero lands a shot or two, but barely. Blackman does another takedown. That's the end of round 1. I have it scored as Blackman 20 with 4 takedowns and Mero with 5 because he landed a couple of punches in the round.
I love the fact that throughout this, and throughout all the Brawl Force, you've got the unofficial scorecard, which was the most inaccurate thing.
You say all the way through. It's only some of the rounds had them.
Oh, no, as in throughout the tournament. Not in every match.
This first one didn't. It's not there at all. I was like, for fuck's sake. Okay, cool.
That's because people were clearly losing track of Blackman's takedowns. That's why they need to bring in a score chart.
So round 2, they each land a punch, then Blackman takedown, couple of punches, Blackman takedown. Mero has literally no wrestling capability whatsoever. Mero dives at the end of the round, Blackman takedown. End of round 2, my score is Blackman has 40 points, another 4 takedowns, and Mero has 10. So Mero's doing the most damage. He's landing punches, but Blackman is just like, I can get 5 points every time I take you down, so I'm just going to keep doing it.
I think at this stage, Mero's distracted. He's like, hang on, where's Sable?
Yeah.
Under which wrestler is she?
Well, maybe at this point. I don't really know the background of all that.
Allegedly.
Fair enough. So we get massive "We Want Wrestling" chants from the crowd.
And you get that in today's market as well.
It's like, do they not know they're seeing legitimate wrestling? He keeps taking him down, but whatever. So round 3, Blackman takedown. They throw some punches, Blackman takedown, blah, 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 blah. And that's it. Basically, Blackman wins by 1,000,000 points to nothing because he just keeps taking him down. And it's the shittest way you could possibly start this tournament.
In fairness, this did remind me of quite a lot of the early days after the first few series of The Ultimate Fighter pre-show matches in the UFC. Takedown attempt, Johnny Unknown, until you got onto like the main card when the guys who were on the Ultimate Fight would kick the tar out of each other because they wanted to go and basically Stephen Bonner it.
I'm genuinely insulted that you compared it to like UFC.
No, I'm just saying.
I know what you mean.
Some of the earlier UFC stuff around the Ultimate Fighter time, because people were so scared to lose.
What are you talking about? No.
Yes.
The UFC's so much more legit. Even like the first one, like Chris Lieben and people.
I'm not denying that the UFC's legit. I'm just saying that because they got so worried about losing because they went for that mass reign of cutting,
right? Yeah.
Everyone didn't want to get knocked out. So they were basically just sitting on each other. It was takedown.
But if you get a takedown in the UFC, you can do something with it. You can control, you can ground and pound,
all I'm
you can
saying
submit.
is this first match reminded me because some of the guys just wouldn't work. They wouldn't work in the early match of the UFC. I mean, if it was the UFC standard, we'd be having completely different podcasts. It'd been really good.
Well, maybe. Some of the UFC's terrible, don't get me wrong, but it's so much better than this bollocks. But it is what it is. But there's something brilliant about, like, I'm a big UFC fan. I don't get to watch quite as much nowadays, because obviously with the kid and everything, you don't get to stop late and watch the shows in America. But me and my friend Joe have had this conversation regularly watching the UFC, where we're like, it's usually the people that are shit at fighting that have the best fights, you know, because you get the crazy like stand and swing kind of motions, or you get them like doing a takedown and the other guy just stands up and they're like, oh shit, I've got no control at all, like, you know. So it makes for a more interesting fight when people are shitter. Usually when you've got two guys that are really technically sound, it's a lot of just like
chess match,
and it becomes a little tedious and 5 rounds of jabbing or whatever, you know, because that will win you a fight. George St. Pierre.
At least this was 3 1-minute rounds of bad attempts at jabbing and bad attempts at takedowns.
There was entertaining moments in it. So
the rest of Raw.
Pretty much. So they announced Blackman the winner. No scorecard whatsoever is shown or even talked about. They kind of embraced in the ring, the two lads, and it was just a bit shit. So this Raw has Triple H versus Shamrock versus Owen, and I'm skipping it all for this bollocks. And I'm like, that's like one of my favourite setups of all time, those three. Like, I love those three guys.
But don't worry, because next up, because we got 2 Brawl for All matches, so if you were upset you missed this triple threat, now you get locker room bully and a man who's once been knocked out by Joey Styles, Justin Hawk Bradshaw.
Absolutely.
And
versus the man who I know is Henry Godwin, who's coming out as Mark Canterbury.
Mark Canterbury from Southern Justice.
so weird. Like the bit backstage where they show Bradshaw hitting the bag and Henry Godwin is getting his hand taped. You're like, I don't know how I feel about this at the moment.
I love the fact that Mark Cannery basically went like, I'm going to go through Terry Funk's gym bag and just put on his clothes.
What is this as well? Like, this, we'll get to PCO in a minute, but people wearing gimmicky shit and doing gimmicky shit, but then wearing like, a crappy old like Gold's vest and like blue shell suits, shorts that I didn't know existed.
And the best little jogging trainers anyone's ever seen.
It's
Mark Canterbury.
So weird, man. There's just the gear. Like, it used to frustrate the shit out of me.
I like the fact that Bradshaw fully gimmicked up though.
To an extent.
Black trunks.
Was he wearing boots as well?
Yep.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that. He's a piece of shit, but it's all good.
But this was his idea. Russo.
Yeah, we'll see. Where are we? So both lads out at the same time to the same generic music, and like, why are we not giving them their entrance themes? They've got their own entrance themes.
Because it's a real shoot fight. Why do they need to be a character? This is Justin Hawk Bradshaw versus Mark Canterbury, a battle for the ages. Slappers only. If you were playing the N64 and you were playing GoldenEye, take off the weapons, select slappers only, and go at it.
So
I'm so glad I remember that reference from GoldenEye.
That was good, actually. Yeah. So I've heard JR talk about how the UFC, back in the day especially, missed production values and such that the WWF has, and like they could improve their product and all this sort of stuff. Is he not sitting there going, oh, wait, even the UFC have still got entrance music and like fire and flags and stuff, like, it's just dumb. So
you know what? Because I know you said like your notes are overplaced because we've got this. I'm just going to sum up this match in a couple of sentences.
Okay.
A lot of namby-pamby strikes by two bigger boys who could probably have the shit kicked out of them by Rey Mysterio or Chavo Guerrero.
You do realise that if we don't talk about what actually happens in the fight, this podcast can be over in like 5 minutes because nothing else happens at all.
I'm only setting up for what can be described as the most accurate aggressive punching from Mark Canterbury, which looks like this.
I'm not a boxing fan, really. I'm an MMA fan, but not really a boxing fan. And this is the worst boxing I think I've ever seen in my life.
Drop your shoulder in.
Yeah, I mean, it's the way he's holding that, the way like, he does it, Dr. Death does it, I think Bradshaw does it. They have their hands up, but they don't have them here where they can protect their chin and like, they have them here. You're like, I'm going to block punches coming from all directions.
Because they're thinking they're going to be work punches, they can just block them like that. And block them like that.
So stupid.
I can't believe that in the wrestling world there's something, if I'm in a real shoot fight, I'm going to put my hand out here and block the punch.
Well, that's one of the problems that people have talked about in some of the pods and like other bits I've watched about this, was that guys are used and trained to be working with each other. So there's all these elements of fighting that you have a legit shoot suddenly, and they just kind of instinctively do exactly the wrong thing, and it becomes a real problem at times. It's dangerous,
Miz's dad at WrestleMania had a better stance than half the people in the Brawl for All.
He would have beaten the shit out of Bradshaw. So, Bradshaw wins, basically. He's a dirty piece of shit. He's just like doing all sorts of horrible stuff in the fight, like slapping him with the inside of his palm, and Bradshaw has one technique, which is jab, 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 swing, 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 swing. Like, and it's proper just brawling. No technique.
It's bar and brawl technique.
Yeah, it really is. So,
on this stage, I was like, competition's heating up. Blackman versus Bradshaw in the next
for sure
Battle of the Bees.
So one of the things I was thinking about as I was watching this fight was, if you ever happen to get in a fight with Bradshaw, there's a really easy way to beat him. Shoot the double leg and keep your left hand up, because that's all he's going to do. That's the only way to beat him. Because all he does is throw right punches. So all you've got to do is just do this and you'll be fine. So don't worry about it.
It's amazing because, some of these people who entered this, partly it's for the money and partly because they thought, I want to be a tough guy. Enter your name here if you want to be part of this tournament.
I think there's a lot of pressure backstage probably about it as well.
Yeah, especially for someone like Bradshaw, who's supposed to be the tough guy backstage. Had he not entered, and we were like, tart.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I think Vince, especially with the atmosphere around 1998, was that it was very competitive. It was very macho bullshit,
Do you want to make your money? Do you want to make your USA money? Do you want to make your TNN money? Wow.
Especially if you're not a guy being booked, because the roster was reasonably bloated.
Stacked at that stage, wasn't it? And there was no SmackDown either at that moment.
And it was only an hour for Raw.
Oh, it was still 2 hours for
Or was
Raw.
it 2 at this point? Okay, so 2 hours, and then maybe like at the end of the month you'd get a 3-hour pay-per-view.
And you'd have Sunday Night Heat as well.
Yeah, for sure. And then you'd have things as well, like other little shows in between.
Yeah, you'd have things like Superstars still. Wrestling Challenge was long gone by then. I think
Shotgun.
It was like Shotgun Saturday Night.
Oh, mate.
And then which then turned into Velocity?
For sure, eventually, yeah. But I remember regularly on like, a Saturday afternoon or whatever, Sky One Velocity's on or whatever, Shotgun.
Oh, Stevie Richards.
Yeah, for sure. So, Austin won the WWE belt back on this show. There's the banging, block the stunner, duck the big boot, hit the stunner finish with Kane. And just like, I remember that sequence of vividly as a kid and marking the fuck out when he got that pinfall. Really awesome. Then stuns Taker for good measure afterwards. It's just, I love 1998 WWF. It's just the best. So let's move on to our next match. July the 6th, 1998. JR and King are putting over the DX storyline bits and generic music starts up as Brackus, Taz won't be happy, comes out and he is the German.
He is.
I didn't know he was German.
Jacked. He would not pass a wellness test.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's a roidy Magoo if ever I saw one. And Savio Vega. So, round one, punches... do you want to answer it now?
No.
Okay, cool. That's probably on camera. Sorry, Sean, we'll get back to you. So, Shane... what am I talking about? So, round one, punches thrown coming in. Savio hits a takedown, blocked by Brackus. Brackus lands a takedown. Brackus looks so fucking shook as soon as Savio starts to swing on him. Savio 100% wins the round. I have it 5-10 Savio. Number 2, Brackus wildly misses a takedown attempt. They swing on each other.
Brackus is already gassed at this point.
He looks fucked up within about 30 seconds, and that's what happens if you're on the juice. You're not like doing the good stuff, man. So I was quite impressed with Savio's boxing.
Yeah, I always forget how big Savio actually was.
Yeah. Legitimate badass, it seems.
Yeah,
like,
I'd say so.
Yeah, it seems like he's had some boxing experience because his actual stance is decent.
Yeah.
He's got the front-facing stance you see like professional boxers use. Like, if you're MMA, you usually side stance, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you're straight on, you've got like a bigger target to hit, but you can protect yourself better and you can swing better.
Yeah.
So it's like there. You know what I mean? I don't know why I'm doing so many specifics, but it's all good.
Because we need to pad out.
So Brackus' nose is bleeding in the corner after the second round. Funny place to do a blade job, but I thought about calling this tournament as if it was all matches, as if it was worked completely. I thought it'd be fucking hilarious, but I didn't in the end because I was just like, I'm not fucking writing all these spots down. It's stupid.
What a maneuver!
So round 3, Savio lands a takedown. Brackus misses his attempt. Brackus stumbles, standing 8 count. I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? A standing ridiculous. 8 count? Okay, fair enough. Both lads look absolutely shattered. Savio blocks the takedown attempt by Brackus, and Savio is announced as the winner. Post-match, they show Shamrock shadow boxing, and I'm like, why isn't he in this tournament? It would have been so good to see him fuck people up.
But the worst thing for Shamrock, though, can you imagine if he'd lost to Mark Canterbury for a puncher's chance?
Yeah, it would have been likely. You would have thought that. The thing with Shamrock is his technique is grapple submit. And you can't do anything on the ground here. You can do takedowns, but you can't actually do anything once you're there.
That would have
been giant pillows on your hands.
Just gonna lock in oh no. Gonna lock in my talon bar. Talon bar.
Talon bar. Like an eagle, talons. So this Raw has Terry Funk versus D'Lo Brown on it, and I watched that match because it was fucking great. Anyway.
Bloody love D'Lo Brown. I feel really sorry for D'Lo Brown because I think the unfortunate incident in the ring in Raw with draws killed his career.
I love the way you say draws, by the way.
Draws?
Draws. So British. Oh, it's lovely.
Welcome to the grammar school education, motherfucker.
You said it before, and every time I mark out like crazy. I love it. Okay. Yeah, me too.
I feel sorry for D'Lo after he abused puke.
Yeah, it's a shame, man. It really was.
Or as we call it in grammar school, puckay.
Puckay. Accidents happen, man.
Yeah, but I don't think he was ever the same. I don't think his in-ring style ever recovered. I don't think his drive of determination was ever there. And rightly so. Well, not rightly so, but you can understand why.
Yeah, for sure. Like, 98, he was so good. There's a couple of moments of Mark Henry in one of these Raws where they're just swearing like fuck all the way back up the ramp and the camera's capturing them doing it. And you're like, they don't care at all. But do you remember it was an opening pay-per-view match between Val Venus and D'Lo Brown?
It was good.
It was one 5-star match they had. I just remember sitting there going, holy shit, this is amazing. It was proper WCW Lucha Junior style. WWF didn't really do that at the time, So
this
really
was
cool.
the time that WCW was sniffing around to try and sign D'Lo Brown after that Val Venus match.
Okay, was it now? Nice.
However, that didn't go the same way for poor D'Lo Brown. He ended up being on that ITV thing with Roddy Piper. You know, they did like a wrestling show on ITV.
That was terrible.
We need to find that somewhere and cover that.
Oh, that could be good. Like good bonus pod material.
Yeah.
I thought this might be a bonus pod, but fuck it, it's funny. So we're back from adverts, and JR is putting over the Kane Taker Austin feud as Hawk makes his way to the ring.
In full flipping gimmick and face paint.
Love it. Absolutely love it. He's got the little biker shorts on, got his full boots, face paint, you know, he's ready to go.
Grown his hair out this run as well, rather than having the monk bits in. Basically, like Shane Warne's been offering him some like hair transplant treatment.
Good reference. It's a weird time for LOD because
LOD 2000.
Exactly. So Hawks got clean. They came back at WrestleMania 14, well, allegedly clean at this point. I think they've talked about it, like pre 14 is when Hawk got clean, and they started doing the whole campaigning for WWF to be more child friendly and such. I might be wrong in that, don't quote me on it, but they came back at WrestleMania 14 with Sonny as the dude to win the tag team battle royal, first one they'd ever done, and then basically did fuck all up until about this point. They had a few feuds here with like the New Age Outlaws, I seem to remember.
Yeah, because you remember like the No Holds Barred outside when they put like the ice cooler over the back of Hawk when they're having their like fight on the outside. This was before
I don't remember that.
They feuded with Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie.
Oh, nice. Yeah, for the WrestleMania match and stuff. Yeah.
So this was the build up. This was like their last feud before they moved into that.
Nice, cool.
And then shortly after, this is where they then had the suicidal Hawk character.
Oh, that was terrible.
When they had him on the top of the Tron.
Yeah,
Jesus
that
Christ.
was very, very bad. So, our next match in the Brawl for All is Hawk from the LOD versus Darren Drozdov for He's Gonna Puke. He's gonna. Sorry.
I like the fact that poor like Matt Bloom, when he was with him, was like, he's thrown up again.
So, I mean...
He's not Jimmy Pop.
I don't know who Jimmy Pop is.
Bloodhound Gang.
Oh, right. Yeah, I know exactly. Did he puke on someone or something?
They do a lot of on-stage vomiting.
Oh, good to know. Did not know that at all. So JR calls him the Draws, and he does a Skittles sponsor, and I kind of miss JR doing Skittles, Fruity Pebbles, or whatever it is, you know.
Can't imagine JR now sitting there going, Skittles, taste the rainbow.
That's the one, yeah, for sure. So at least these two lads are actually wearing their gear and actually seem to give a shit about their gimmicks and stuff. They pretty much just throw down. Hawk's stance is like Bisping's, which I refer to as the tummy first chin up routine. Like this. Every time a punch comes in, you go, whoa, and then get knocked the fuck out by Dan Henson. So it's all good.
I like as well that they, again, as per usual, JR, these two great NFL linebackers. Oh, the football references for pretty much if anyone touched a football, they were mentioned.
It's on the tail of the tape towards the later things about how they're professional footballers. I'm like, how is that meant to help them in the fight? You know,
good footwork.
It's fucking ridiculous. So Droz gets a takedown, but it's right on the bell. So I think Hawk wins this round 5-0.
Yep.
That's why I had it down, because he just lands a few more punches.
So my scorecard said the unofficial scorecard. Not present.
Is it still not at this point? Okay, I know it comes in eventually. I think I have a note down where I'm like, oh, there's an unofficial scorecard suddenly. So round 2, they land some solid punches here and there. Joyce is now doing the Muay Thai style stance. He's doing this thing, you know, like Shogun used to do back in the day. I'm like, oh, it looks so cool. Yeah, it's completely ineffective at this point. So JR and King put over the Droz hurt his hand, apparently, but he didn't because it's a minute round and he's wearing fucking giant boxing gloves.
All the angles.
Yeah, for sure.
Did a nail. Nightmare.
The commentary on this is weird, to say the least. Occasionally you've got HBK turning up as well, like Shawn Michaels. Yeah. What did you think about the commentary for these Brawl for All matches?
I think JR and King did the best with what they were given.
Right.
Because I think from when you've got such scripted storytelling to have, to then go into a shoot fight where all JR's going to do is a case of, oh, Steve Williams on next week. Get that kid over.
I thought there was a lot of that. Not as much as I thought, you know. I thought every time, I seem in my memory of him talking about the Brawl for All and commentating just going, oh, but he's going to have to fight Steve Williams in the next round. And he kind of does it occasionally, but not really, you know.
It's the only gushing came at the end of Steve Williams' last fight in the Brawl for All.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. I thought Pedo King did, I'm just dropping that in, did an okay job of like being really gimmicky with it.
Yeah.
And trying to put over things that weren't really happening just to keep it interesting for wrestling fans. Because I think with the response of the crowds and stuff, they realise this is not really what
Especially for this match, it's a case of, well, Droz is trying to take his place in LOD 2000. Hawk doesn't want to be booted out of LOD 2000. Why is this guy coming in?
Yeah, that all kind of stems around this, doesn't it, as well? Like, yeah. So, who cares? Again, Hawk's nose is cut. Apparently, Droz actually broke his nose in my later reading. Discovered that. But again, funny place to blade on your nose. It seems like a dumb idea, but whatever.
Well, this is the brawl for all.
So, round 3, Hawk swings wildly. Droz just kind of absorbs it and stands there. Like, Droz is a mad motherfucker. He doesn't give a shit. He'll take a punch like crazy.
100 grand on the line.
Yeah, for sure. Hawk's mouthpiece falls out and he's like, fuck it, let's fight. And Droz spits his out and I'm like, yeah, they're working. That's some manly shit. That's really cool. Best booked part of the show so far. The mouth spitting out the spitting out the mouth guards. Droz has cardio and lands a few punches, but not more than Hawk did earlier. I gave the bout 15-0 to Hawk. Both lads embrace poke fight. They call it a draw. What the fuck? How is the draw? Who progresses?
I love the fact that they didn't bother. And it's a draw. Right, well, Austin's on later.
It's just the weirdest thing ever. There's no point score. They don't show the point card. They have no solution for it whatsoever. And they find a solution later in the show. But we'll get to that in a minute, I think. This Raw has Val Venus Kaientai segments, and I'm like, oh, nearly, don't blow it yet. This Raw has the DX slightly racist segment where they black up as the Nation. This Raw has the Kane Mankind match where it was Undertaker all along under the mask, which I remember being absolutely terrified by. Because when Kane and Mankind refused to fight Kane, and it'd be in the red lights and such.
Yeah.
I remember genuinely being terrified as like an 11, 12-year-old, So I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Sports entertainment, brother.
Next up, we've got, hopefully I get this right, Bodacious Bart Gunn versus Bombastic Bob Holly, the Midnight Express tag team partners. Let's just talk about this little thing, this stint with the Midnight Express.
The new Midnight Express?
Fucking hell.
Jim Cornette needed something to do and they wanted to get some belts on Bobo.
A way to shit on a legacy, you know what I mean? Like,
way to enhance a legacy.
Come on, man. This is terrible. They took Bob Holly and Bart Gunn and made them the Midnight Express and gave them the NWA straps on WWF TV.
Yeah, leave Bob Sparky Plug alone. My friends call me Sparky.
Fuck me.
Oh,
so
geez.
bad. So these are 2 tag team partners that are going to be fighting in this, right? So JR takes this chance to take a shot at the NBA on commentary. I'm like, what the fuck? He says a line that's along the lines of, this is going to be better than the NBA because at least there's contact here. And like, it's a non-contact sport, JR. What do you want from them?
Checking.
That's fucking dumb. HBK on commentary for this match as well. So no longer got the special referee, the guy we talked about earlier. We've just got a normal WWF guy.
Wellness policy.
Or the referee.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He was near Baracus.
It just kind of absorbs into your skin. Did you hear about the 3 or 4 UFC guys that all got caught this week?
No.
So what happened is that there's a supplement company that was endorsed by the UFC, I think, that was sent out their products to a bunch of fighters, but they were all tainted. So our whole section of fighters all got popped at the same time for the same thing. And it's like, for fuck's sake, the issues they're having with like cheating and like sports. What am I trying to say? Juice, basically, fucking steroids and testosterone and shit. Man, it's quite funny.
Well, we've seen that in the boxing now with Anthony Joshua and Thingy Miller.
Did they get popped as well?
Miller got popped, so there's no fight.
Fucking hell.
But that's all right, Anthony Joshua, because if you want to fight, can I recommend the Brawl for All?
That's it. If you want to juice and fight, this is the one for you. So round number 1, Bart turns his back on Bob. Bob shoves him. Fucking piece of shit. Obviously working. Bob tries to dip, duck, dive, and dodge. Like that reference. Cool. But Bart has literally no head movement, just power puncher. Round 1's definitely 5-0 to Gunn. He is beating the crap out of Bob Holly throughout this fight.
At this stage, I thought to myself, Bart Gunn looks like a superstar.
Yeah. In round 2, where Bob Holly is standing there, and Bart's got his hands up above his head, and Bob's just going, dung, 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 to the body shots. And Bart just kind of stands there and goes, can you not, please? Like, he doesn't give a shit. He gives 0 fucks, man. Gunn takes the Bradshaw route and just starts throwing right hooks over and over and over again. I think Bob Holly wishes he wasn't in this fight at this point. Like, at the end of round 1, I've got it 10-0 Gunn. Round 3, Bart is throwing bombs every time Bob Holly backs into the corner. Honestly surprised Bob Holly's still on his feet. The fight is over, and I think Bart Gunn took a little bit of pity on him because I feel like he could have knocked him the fuck out at any moment in the 3rd round, especially.
I think so. Straight back to the NASCAR circuit, Bob Holly.
He survived until what? 2008.
2000.
I was going to say 2009 or 10. Like, yeah, it's around then. He had a hell of a career with the WWF. He made a lot of money.
Yeah. And I will always remember like that ECW thing, the cane shot across his back.
Oh yeah, horrible. Do you remember the bump he took off the stage through the ladder?
Oh yeah.
But through the table, sorry. But the edge of the table split off from things. It split right in his back. Oh, it's like, don't ever use tables that have an edge on them like that. It's brutal. It's like razor wire. You know?
And the worked fight in Tough Enough, where he got a lot of flack for basically beating down Matt Capitelli.
Oh, yeah. He does that a few times. Rene Dupree beat the shit out of him on SmackDown or something as well, didn't he? Yeah,
but because he took the beating, that's why Rene Dupree got the job. Because Vince was like, I think it might have been Sylvain Grenier, actually, who he beat down, because that's who became the dodgy referee. Whereas Rene Dupree was the young boy.
Pretty sure it's Rene Dupree, but it doesn't matter.
I mean, Bob Holly doesn't have previous on this or anything. It's just bombastic Bob.
I've got a good joke about that later, but we'll get to it. So Bodacious Bart is announced as the winner. Bob Holly looks fucked up. They meet in the middle of the ring. Bob shoves Bart in the face. They brawl in the corner. Bart lands, slaps to the top of Bob's head because there's no padding there, and he's like, I'm going to fuck you up if I've got a chance. It seems to be some legitimate heat here. They get separated, and Bob Holly goes, you fucking dick! And it's raw. It's like 8 o'clock in the evening. Don't say you fucking dick.
Do. Attitude. That's what Vince
great.
likes.
So funny. How they got away with this shit. I did lose all their advertisers immediately because I did watch a lot of these Raws, but there's maybe like 50 swear words, like big F-bombs and
this
stuff.
This episode as well was the first time where you had like this is TVMA at the start of this episode as well.
I saw through like a few like sexual warnings because you got the Sable, like Jackie, kind of what's the ICP lot as well.
Thank God Terry Runnels wasn't there.
Check out Super 2000.
Check out Super Quiz Cup 2.
Absolutely.
They're about me. And yep, just watch it.
That's got more views than I anticipated it was going to have. So yeah. I'm listening. Sorry. So I appreciate that. So yeah, thank you very much for engaging and whatever.
If you may want to take part in a future Super Quiz Cup, send us a message.
We have some plans in the works. I've scaled back the plans because I was getting a little bit like, let's get a theatre and do like giant production. But we're going to keep it simpler for now. But in the future, you never know.
If you buy one of our T-shirts, you have an opportunity for us to hire a theatre and go for bigger production.
And look how beautiful it is, that gorgeous like punk design with the cross and the bars and the stars. It's fucking awesome.
The Masked Man.
We'll talk about that in a bit. So worldofwrestlingpodcast.com is where you can pick up a t-shirt, or just go to amazon.com or .co.uk. You can buy it directly from Amazon. It's great. It's really nice quality. It's printed, it's soft. It's something. I'm not very good at marketing.
It's super soft and comfortable. It feels good, and it washes, and it doesn't shrink in the wash.
True. So up next, we've got The Godfather is going to legitimately fight the UFC's Dan the Beast 7.
Oh, hang on, wait, no. It's just generic Steve Blackman entrance music.
So dumb, isn't it? So going into this fight, I'm like, he's a legitimate fighter. But post-fight, I was like, man, I could back Godfather in a fight. He can fucking go.
Hang on. You say that? Do you not remember in a previous life when he was Kummer the Ultimate Fighting Machine?
Indeed.
So why are you trying to put down those kayfabe credentials?
You should have got the staff with the skull and done the whole,
I'd love that. Dan Seven Silent Ringside going, the green vom coming out Warrior style. That'd been amazing.
That'd been so good. And that's how they should have worked these fights. That's entertainment point. So we've got Dan Seven against the Godfather. Again, all generic music, no entrances, no rules. We literally come back from adverts and it's ding, 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 ring the bell. So round 1, Dan Severn keeps going in for the takedowns. Holy shit, Godfather can box. Really decent jab. This is just weird. Seven is very aware that Godfather can now box and is going to do everything he possibly can to not let him back on his feet.
Yep.
The ref shouts at him. He's like, you can't hold him. You have to let him up. And Dan's like, he's holding me. He's holding me. It's like, yeah, sure, mate. That's happening.
Godfather's like snow angeling underneath him. No, I'm not.
I'm definitely not. Man, you've got to respect the wildly veteran tactics of Dan Severn in this fight.
Because he's probably like, I'm going to get Steve Williams. I'm going to prove he's the real badass. I'll fight Austin.
Man, I feel like Dan Severn could take anyone down at this point.
Yeah.
Like, he's legit, you know. He's not the greatest fighter of all time by any means, but...
In this pool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched the Ken Shamrock Dan Severn UFC fight?
No.
Okay, so it lasts about an hour, and they only engage at the very last second of this hour.
Working smart, brother.
One guillotine choke, and that's the end of the fight.
Well booked.
It's literally the worst fight in existence.
Sorry, have you not just covered what we've just read for the last
trust me,
seven fights?
These last a minute or two. Like, that lasted like an hour. It was the worst fucking fight I've ever seen in my life. So Severn has Karma down at the end of the match, and at the end of the round, and won't let him up. The ref can barely break it up at all. It's weird. Technically, this should be a 7-10-5 round, but Brawl for All type scoring, I'm not really sure what's going on, because what's a takedown, what isn't a takedown.
96-3.
Dan Severn or whatever.
Jerry Lawler. Because
Dan Severn should be deducted points. Because there's a thing, like, after 5 seconds, you're meant to break this. The ref talks about it at some point in the tournament. I think it's later, actually, after this.
I think he's thinking that you're in the ropes. I think he's thinking rope break.
Yeah. There's also weird things about the ropes as well. People latch onto them occasionally. And then they're like, you know, oh...
The referee, the ropes are lava.
But I have it 5-0 Karma because he landed a few body shots. And
I had Godfather winning this.
Yeah, because the rounds are bullshit. So the second round's pretty much the same thing. The ref goes, I'm going to penalise it if you don't break it. And Severn stands up in the second round. It's like, no, I didn't hold him down. I don't know what you're talking about. He's doing it. It's like fucking great. So after the second round, I have it 20-5 for Severn. Not sure Godfather landed a single punch in the second round. The fans are literally going, "We want wrestling," throughout the whole of the second round.
So they all switched over to TNT.
So round 3, HBK and commentary goes, they've given some of the takedown scores to Severn, but the Godfather is throwing more punches. Wouldn't that get him 5 points? And I'm like, I don't know. Would it? Is that the rules?
Based on the rules, most punches landed gets 5 points.
It's just, the whole thing's so fucking dumb.
Well done for Shawn Michaels trying to call out this bullshit.
So the unofficial scorecard pops up for the first time and gives it 5-10 to the Godfather. And I'm like, fuck this company. Severn took him down like 10 times. What are they talking about? It's so weird. Godfather blocks the takedown. Severn starts throwing short, shitty punches. This is how you win this tournament, by the way. This is the best way to do it. Severn gets another takedown. HBK is like, is that a takedown? And King goes, I don't think so. The ref tells him they have 10 seconds left. It was clearly a takedown, by the way. Severn gets another takedown into side position, and they just kind of hold there until the bell rings. Crowd boo the finish. They really should have worked in a high spot somewhere, you know? I have it 35-5 Severn. 2 more takedowns and most punches. Dan Severn is announced as the winner. No scorecard, nothing at all to let us know how or why.
Because we were keeping score at home.
And Godfather just leaves the ring.
For now.
Severn puts his hands up in the air and we get generic music. We don't even get Dan Severn's down, 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 which is like the greatest theme tune ever. But again, it's fucking shit. This is the most embarrassing one.
Fair play to the Godfather. Good boxing.
Yeah. I mean, Severn's, you know, he wins a fight. He knows how to win a fight. But this is not entertaining.
No.
So, next up, from the province of Quebec is PC fucking Eye Patch Annual. He's fighting Dr. Death Steve Williams.
So, from JR booking standpoint, first off, we're going to put him up against a man who is blind in one eye.
What? So,
do you think they booked him accidentally and thinking it was like Al Snow's Dear Pierre?
What's that?
Remember after head went missing, and then Al Snow had a deer's head, which he called Pierre.
Oh, I don't remember that really. No.
Get ready to go back and watch the Kennel from Hell match.
Oh god, that was terrible. But I mean, is Pierre legitimately blind in one eye?
Yes.
Because he doesn't wear an eye patch or anything now.
No, he didn't wear an eye patch in the ring. It's just after the Quebecers split up.
Yeah.
Then he had the eye patch over one eye. I don't think he wore it when he was in the tag team. Jean-Luc and Pierre, the Quebecers.
Are you sure he's legitimately blind in one eye?
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't know that. Anyway, I mean, that ruins half my notes because most of my notes are just like, he can't see punches coming because he's got an eye patch on. And why is he wearing the eye patch? But I mean...
Working the gimmick.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. As
All
I
right,
quickly keep going, I'm going to give it a quick Google.
There's a really weird thing where a guy called Barry Switzer puts over Dr. Death in a picture-in-picture interview promo thing.
He lost his eyesight and right eye at the age of 12 with an accident with a pellet gun.
Wow, did not know that at all. Fair enough. Okay.
Fuck, my research is correct.
It's fine, I trust you.
Kayfabe is real to me, damn it. Coco Beware really did have a parrot. And he lived on a pirate boat.
He did have a parrot.
And he lived on a pirate boat.
Of course he had a parrot. He came out with it every week.
Good old Frankie.
Did the snake had a snake? Well, he had lots of snakes because he killed most of them accidentally.
So did Earthquake that one time.
Did he?
When he did the running Earthquake Trumpy slash on top of a snake in the middle of the ring.
The big
whoopsie. The big whoopsie, that's it. When he was feuding with Jake Roberts. Put the snake in the middle of the ring and landed the big whoopsie on Damien.
Wow, no shit. Damien number 75 or whatever it was.
I speculate there was no snake in the bag.
Well, you'd like to think so, but who knows at that time. Blah, 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 blah. So Steve Williams has a generic kind of fire robe on, and at least he's putting some effort into his gimmick. PCO's eye patch, I thought it wasn't legit, but you got to work the gimmick, son. But apparently it is legit, so there we go. PCO has these blue shell suit shorts, and I didn't know those existed. I need a pair in my life.
On it.
But yeah, really good. So, blah, blah, blah. They fight. Round 1. I don't know if I can bother to do this, but fast takedown by Dr. Death. They throw a few sloppy fuck punches. PCO hooks the ropes to stop a takedown. No penalty. No whatever. Bullshit rules.
Well, he can't see in one eye.
How does that mean you can hook on the ropes to stop a takedown?
A special dispensation.
PCO swings wildly with his right hand, but can't see his target, so completely misses. Dr. Death does another takedown. They both go for a takedown and butt heads, and it's like, oh, that looked painful. Dr. Death lands a solid left straight. Dr. Death does another takedown. PCO turns him over on the ground, and JR calls it a takedown for PCO. That's not how takedowns work. You can't get taken down.
He's on top.
And then switch and be like, oh, that's my takedown. I did that.
Clearly you've not seen me and my wife wrestle. Sex joke.
What are your weirder comments of the evening? That's for sure. So I have this as 20-0 for Dr. Death. Sorry, the unofficial WWE scorecards have it a bullshit 15-5. Fucking, oh, it's so dumb.
Inclusion points.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of missed stuff here. The ref causes a random break in the action because he's has to step in for some god knows reason. Does he not know this is a legitimate fight? Dr. Death lands a sloppy punch or two and gets a standing count. Where did the standing count come from? Was this the thing?
We've had it in one of the early matches.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess there was one.
Consistency.
They haven't talked about it a great deal, but...
I mean, no one knows the rules.
The idea of MMA, which basically they're trying to do here with a standing 8 count.
Combined combat? They called it connected combat.
So dumb, man. So, WWF unofficial scorecard after the second round has it 35-5 for Dr. Death. It's like, oh, you're trying to get him over by any chance?
It's almost like this was the plan all along.
Apparently he got a knockdown at some point as well. Didn't happen.
No, PCO looked knackered because he got tonks, but that was it.
Yeah. Round 3, Lawler goes, this is a great concept. Fucking isn't. So drunks at a bar swinging on each other. Proper shitty boxing. Dr. Death has his hands up but 3 foot from his chin, which is absolutely stupid. Ref stops Dr. Death from fucking up PCO in the corner. Ref gives him another 7 count and goes, you gonna fight? No answer. Ah, that's it. Fuck it. The ref calls it off.
Not paid by the minute.
What are the rules?
Well, 5 points for a takedown. 5 points for...
I don't know what to say.
Well, the right person for this match won, and because of such a dominating performance against a one-eyed man, paid the man 100k.
That's this fight, wasn't it?
After this outstanding performance, in fairness, this was the first stoppage. So they're probably like, yeah, he's the only one who stopped it. Yeah, he's the only one who can finish a fight.
Yeah. Against a one-eyed man.
I mean, good thing that we don't have a biker and against a dancer for the final match in this. Oh, wait, we do.
Biker and a dancer.
8-ball off of the Disciples of Apocalypse.
Oh, what, the next fight?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this Raw has The Rock versus X-Pac. Same match as the main event of my first ever wrestling show for WWF, the Capital Carnage one. It was meant to be Triple H versus The Rock. I was a sad fanboy. X-Pac is no replacement for Triple H, that's for fucking sure. This Raw also has the Triple H convincing the girl to flash her boobs at the camera.
TVMA.
Absolutely, man. So I missed 1998.
What if I'm going to start doing this in OWE?
What? Just trying to get girls to flash it.
No, I'm just going to flash. I'm just going to put pictures of me, picture in picture.
Of course.
Good luck later.
So, I mean, 1998, it's a weird time for pro wrestling for sure. It's a great time as well. But it is like innocently disgusting at times, I think is the way I want to put it. You know?
If you look back at wrestling in 1998, I mean, obviously we were teenagers when we were watching, so we enjoyed a lot of it. You would not be able to do anything to do with the ladies that they did back in 1998 to now. And it's sometimes a little uncomfortable looking back watching it.
For sure, yeah. It's very exploitative at times.
Yeah. And the thing is, you know that they weren't getting paid decent money. You knew that they were just referred to as the rats as they were being sort of traipsed around.
Yeah, it was a bad time for women in WWF for sure. Great time for storytelling.
Fantastic time for storytelling, which leads to, as we've now completed. Oh no, we haven't completed all the first round matches. Fuck.
No, still got
8 Ball and Too Cold Scorpio.
I don't seem to have any notes on that fight at all. I think I missed it.
Well, I can tell you exactly what happened in this.
Go for it.
A lot of cuddling.
A
lot of attempted covering up, and basically Scorpio kept on trying to land anything on him, on the big man. On 8 Ball.
Did Scorpio win? Scorpio must have won.
Scorpio won on a points decision.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But again, no unofficial scorecard to help me and my decision, other than Scorpio looked like he was a little bit more active.
Okay, fair enough. Later in the bout, Scorpio has some good boxing. Yeah. And 8 Ball's a big racist piece of shit, so I'm fine with that. So it's all good.
I wonder if this was a little bit of a rib. All right, 8 Ball.
Yeah.
Go against Scorpio. Let's see
what
happens.
For sure, man. Absolutely.
This is why I want to see Big E versus Hogan.
You know about him and his brother's tattoos, right?
Yeah, they're awful, disgusting human beings.
Piece of shit. Like, maybe it was a mistake when they were young kids and they tried to rectify the situation and get rid of them or whatever. I don't think they did. I don't think they even had them covered up.
I think it's very easy, if that's really bad, to get a tattoo to cut up with. I'm just going to have this massive black spot on my arm.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. No, I'm a massive racist, so I don't want that.
Yeah, true.
For the record, that was the Disciples of Apocalypse, not the views of Tex Williams.
It's all good.
Imagine you cutting that for the start of the intro. I'm a massive racist.
Nah, dude, you're good. So, next up, round 2, I guess this is at this point, but like we haven't shown any brackets or anything, so we're just guessing.
So, that is the end of round 1, but we have some victims, unfortunately, from the first round of action.
You want to do this now? Okay, go on.
I will. So, considering there were 8 fights, therefore 8 winners, almost 50% of the winners do not wrestle in the second round.
Yeah, it's not good.
So, Steve Blackman, who won his first bout against Mark Merrow, was forced to withdraw because he was injured. So, Mark Merrow, who lost, was promoted to fight in the second round.
Yep.
Cheers, Johnny B. Bad. Draws advanced as Road Warrior Hawk was injured.
Okay.
We'll come back to that. And Dan the B7 won his bout and then said, I've got nothing else to prove. I'll quit. So then the Godfather went through.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah. Steve Williams like, no.
I've heard a couple of people talk about Dan the B7. Apparently, like, basically was backstage like, this is nonsense. This is stupid. Why do I have to wear boxing gloves and stuff? And basically just bitched his way out of the tournament is what it seems to be.
Yeah. And that's all it seems to me. He's a fucking cretin.
So, next matchup is Dr. Death Steve Williams versus Bart Gunn. So, starting with backstage vignettes, Dr. Death is doing skipping rope, who is agile, versus Boisterous Bart to get his hands wrapped. I've got a million. I got so bored of this tournament, I started looking up different descriptive words that begin with B. So, I've got a whole plethora of them throughout this pod.
A good old bombastic Bart.
So, some random Droz promo here as well for Droz's World. It's like the real world promo with Droz puking and shooting shotguns and fucking around with giant snakes and stuff.
Wellness policy.
Was this a thing?
Yeah, this was how they were introducing his solo character before they were, because they pushed him in.
No. I mean, was there actually a show called Droz's World, or was it just the vignette?
This was like GTV.
Oh,
stuff.
Okay, yeah. It seems a shame. We should have done it. It would have been funny. Blah, 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 blah. It's a really weird bit with the Jaws promo where he starts to tell a Mark Henry story and they just fade to black. Like, wait, hang on, where's the story? That would have been entertaining.
About bad parenting of a hand.
Yeah, so that's funny. So more generic music entrances as they announce Belligerent Bar as being a member of the Midnight Express. Did they not watch the product? Did they not see what happened in the last round? But apparently not.
The people won't remember. All right, Vince.
JR calls this Sorry, it says, this caused Jim Cornette to quit as their manager. Yeah, that's why Jim Cornette's not here. Nothing to do with the pure visceral hatred for booking alongside Vince Russo, or the fact he's headed to WCW's booking team in this year. You know? Like, oh, fucking hell.
You've got to imagine that Bart Gunn's an underdog in this going against Dr. Death. Yeah, right, JR.
You've got to learn. I find it interesting how Vince, WWF, whatever, learn from their mistakes pretty quickly. Little things like mentioning a guy that's leaving your company. Yeah. You know, and they nowadays they'll just be like, nope, off TV, off you go, unless it's Dean Ambrose, which has to be at work, right?
No.
Do you think he's actually going?
I think he's done.
Why did they put him over so hard on his way out?
Money.
You think?
For the Shield merch, they got to sell one final T-shirt that sold like hotcakes at the Shield's final chapter.
Is that why? Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
And also, make him leave happy, because then with Roman and Rollins going, just come back. Because he's been off injured for 12 months. He's come back, doesn't like it. He's done a year, and he's like, this is shit. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to resign.
Yeah.
So then next year at Mania, will hopefully, if he comes back, Shield triple threat.
The thing is that I think he's to blame for a lot of Wyatt's shit. Like that match with Seth Rollins, they had a lot of momentum coming into it. I know his character was a bit dodgy and all that sort of stuff, but you've got to work with what you're given sometimes, you know?
And again, I appreciate that a lot of people have said Brock Lesnar is difficult to work with, but got a great match out of Strowman, got a great match, and obviously, Joe will get a good match out of anyone, and they put in them with good works like Balor and like with Dragon.
Yeah.
Dean Ambrose should have been able to get a good match out of Brock Lesnar.
You would have thought as much. Yeah.
I suspect that while he's saying like Brock Lesnar doesn't want to do anything, I'm pretty sure Dean Ambrose was like, I'm going to twat the shit out of you with this cane. And Brock was like, I'm paid 23 million times more than you do, and I've got 20 million reasons why I'm going to do this. 3 minutes and gone. Similar to Mania, where it's like, have a 2-minute match and go home.
Cool. So we've got round one. Dr. Death goes for a takedown. Bart does a good job of blocking it, but Dr. Death turns to the corner and Bart down goes Bart. The ref now shouts 5, like he's scoring the goddamn fight.
5 points, takedown.
How can someone referee a fight and score it at the same time?
Cutbacks.
It's so dumb. You think about the logistics of that. Like, you have to be the unbiased person in the ring, keeping control and stuff, but you're scoring it at the same time.
That's because when you've got Sable, Terry Runnels, and Jackie as red judges, they're like, oh, not paying attention to that. And neither was all of the audience.
Not a real thing, but it's all good. So Bart lands 2 solid as fuck left hooks. Every time Dr. Death comes wading in, Bart smashes him. Some fan has a Sunny 69 sign in the crowd. That's how bored I am. So 5-5 after the first round. Dr. Death with the 1 takedown. Bart Gunn with the most punches. Round 2. Dr. Death faces a takedown. Fakes a takedown, sorry, and comes up high. They both swing and end up in the corner. Dr. Death is still wading in like he doesn't give a fuck. Bart Gunn countering with the left hook over and over and over and over. I love how no one is adjusting to their opponent at all. They all have one tactic and they're like, I'm going to stick to this tactic no matter what happens.
Stick to their guns, kid.
Bart Gunn shoots on Dr. Death and takes him down. So this is the moment that apparently Dr. Death picks up this injury. So Dr. Death half falls out to the ring, and I've watched a couple of shoots where he talks about how his knows his hamstring has gone completely. Yeah. And so from this moment onwards, Dr. Death is kind of stumbling forwards, and he's on his feet. I wonder how legitimately injured he was and how much it's excuses post-fight almost. I
think it's excuses post-fight. I think he got rocked and they thought, oh shit, I'm on my way out here.
Yeah, I think that as well, but it's impossible to say. Who can really know? He's never admitted to it in any way, shape or form. So he does reach for his knee at one point, but when the camera's kind of off of him as well, so that adds some legitimacy to it, but who knows. So I have this scored at 15-5 to Bart Gunn, punches and a takedown at the end of the round as well. So round 3, Bart Gunn's cornerman advice. First time I get to hear any of the cornermen saying anything, he goes, go do it, son. And you're like, that's some quality technical advice. Good job.
It's all he needs. It's all he needs. He's made his paycheck.
So there's the best bit in this whole fucking fight is where they both come into the center of the ring and they both go for a lockup. Like, they're totally working. They're definitely working. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like they accidentally fall into a lockup. It's kind of really funny. It's a clinch, really, if we're talking MMA, but
it's a lock. It's collar elbow.
The idea of people collaring elbowing in a legit fight is fucking hilarious to me. But I know, I loved it.
Jockeying for position.
Loud, boring chants from the crowd, even though this is probably the best fight on the whole show so far. Dr. Death messily falls to the ground. Bart Gunn ankle picks Dr. Death for another takedown. Dr. Death is selling his knee like crazy. Bart Gunn starts to swing on him. Huge left hand, huge straight onto a sideways facing Dr. Death, and down he goes. The ref's like, "You okay, buddy?" No response at all.
And the ref's like, "Oh, it's done then."
It's so strange.
Based on how shit the finish had been so far in this Brawl for All, we weren't expecting him to actually get properly knocked out.
This is the point where I'm like, I think Dr. Death took a little bit of a pratfall here. I think he knows he doesn't want to fight anymore. He's having the shit kicked out of him. Because when he goes down, he's looking around and going like this. And whenever the camera comes, he goes and just freezes. And like,
it's like a child case of, I'm asleep. Nope.
Yeah.
And again, this just led to some excellent JR. I mean, it's not the first time he's been put on his backside. It's not the first time he's, puncher's chance. He's been knocked out before. He'll be knocked out again. Yeah, JR, he will. Right out of the company.
Yeah, true. So the winner is Beaming Bart Gun, but you got knocked the fuck out, son. Nice to have at least some sort of knockout finish coming here,
Yeah.
I need to just quickly sneeze, sorry.
And it was the first of many, first of very few knockouts. And he said, worryingly, best fight of the whole thing.
Yeah, it's right up there.
Right up there.
In terms of these fights at least.
Yeah.
So as Bart Gunn is having his gloves removed, enough is enough and it's time for a change. And I'm like, it's Owen, awesome, what's going to happen? And they cut to adverts. And I'm like, oh no. Because then they just come back and Owens is standing in the ring and it's got nothing to do with the Brawl for All. So
because basically Vince did this going, Steve Williams is out. Get someone out there. Cut to break.
Yeah. I was so excited for something to happening that I gave a shit about. But it was like, fuck it, no more.
And who would have thought they didn't want to blow their load, so this was the only Brawl for All on this episode of Raw.
So next up, we've got Godfather versus Scorpio. Out comes Godfather with his ring gear, but without his ring gear, but with the hoe train.
Yeah.
Great priorities. I like it.
I think it's more that if you get through each round, you're allowed to win part of your gimmick back.
That would have made me give a shit. You get to wing elements of your gimmick back. Everyone's stripped down.
Had Mark Henry won his match, he would have been back with a slot bucket, but still the tracky bottoms.
You mean Henry Godwin, but it's fine. You said Mark Henry. But yes, I know.
Mark Henry O'Godwin.
So JR tells us that Dan Severn has withdrawn from the competition. Cut to an emotionless Dan Severn who cuts this promo. Do you want to do this? Go on, I've written the whole promo out for you. There you go. You've got to do it completely emotionless, remember?
A man of my stature, I have nothing to prove. If I have a score to settle, I will do it where my hands are not bound.
It's the best promo ever.
And again, who would have thought this guy never made it in the E?
Oh, it's so good. Ooh, Flash, you are so funky. But not really, because we've got the generic bullshit music that should come out. So
Flash Funk, a.k.a. the racist killer from the previous round.
Fucking A, man. Well, good on him. Why not? So Godfather on the mic. Because in a legitimate fight, this is what you do. I'd love to see, Chuck Liddell back in the 90s coming out cutting a promo as he gets in the ring.
Chuck Liddell to Randy Couture and basically going, if you take these pictures, I'll just have your belt.
But we
take the hose home and I'll take the UFC belt. Nice.
Can you imagine that? So good.
Dana White will be sat there at ringside, Octagon on the side going, what the fuck is happening?
So this is where I had an idea whereby the UFC have got some viewership issues at the moment. Their numbers have dropped a little bit. Well, quite significantly, depending on who you believe and who you don't believe. So why not? Just start doing this. Get Conor McGregor out there, give him a microphone, let him talk for 5 minutes before they fight. It will get over. It'd be so controversial. I like it, but I don't. I'm like pro wrestling, so fuck it, who cares?
That's right, Conor McGregor in WWE fighting Stephanie at Mania.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen. They haven't got enough money to get Conor in there, I don't think.
And Stephanie will beat him.
Shane might. Shane apparently is challenging fucking top dog, big dog, Roman Reigns. Yeah. How is that a thing?
Well, Elias is going to do his fighting for him.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't mind that. Elias. Yeah, I like Elias. I think we need to get him over a bit more as a wrestler rather than just a performer.
Yeah, when they turned him face for a little bit, that wasn't great.
No, keep him heel, definitely. He's a natural heel by far. So, Godfather on the mic. Got an offer for you can't refuse. Godfather offers him the 3 hoes. Scorp chooses the fight instead. I'm like, in a legitimate setting, are you sure about that? I guess the money. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, based on the quality of those hoes, Scorpio could have got at least 3 minutes with all 3 of them for 100k.
Okay. So,
based on the prices I've spent on hookers.
This is the moment where they show a replay of Scorp beating 8-Ball in round 1, and I was like, where was that fight? I completely missed it. So anyway, it doesn't matter. I realised that's what happened. Yeah, blah, I'm just rambling now. So round 1, ref runs down the rules, etc. to the guys for the first time in the ring.
Because they didn't know it in the first match, and Vince was like, tell them the rules, they might fight better.
Scorpio dances as Godfather comes forward. These lads are actually legitimate boxers. There's some nice jabs, body shots, both lads in with their hands up, decent stances, like they've obviously both had boxing training at some point in their lives. Godfather lands a few brutal shots because he's a fucking giant.
Yeah,
you
huge
don't
boy.
Really appreciate how big he is until you see him like this against guys.
Yeah, because he's towering over Scorpio.
Yeah, I always think of Scorpio as a giant dude. Like, you remember his matches in Japan and stuff. He's obviously the big heavyweight who could do the flying, and even in ECW, he was always a big dude. But you see Karma next to him, and he's like 2-3 foot taller.
BSK, motherfucker.
He's a big boy. But like the ref can't break them up in the corner because like Godfather's literally just sitting there going boom, 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 the Scorp in the corner because he can't get out. And the ref's going, you need to break, you need to back out the corner, but doesn't dare get in between them in any way. And you're like, that's probably sensible, mate,
Godfather won them 5 points.
But whatever happens to Scorp, like, don't get yourself fucked up in a fucking stupid tournament, poor referee. I felt really sorry for him in some of these situations where he's trying to like make up the rules as he's going along, essentially.
Got a booking.
So Godfather has to win the round. The unofficial card finally agrees with me for the first time because it's a simple round to score. It's 2 dudes boxing and they're not doing any takedowns at this point. So round 2, more of the same. Scorp covers up well and Godfather fights back. Big brutal shots. Best fight by miles in terms of like boxing ability and stuff. Crowd boo at the end of the round. Like they just don't care.
Because they wanted more. They wanted 5-minute rounds.
There wasn't enough time with the Brawl for all.
Exactly. They had 3 5-minute rounds, and this would have been, the new Tough Enough.
Nice.
We'd be having $1 million Brawl for all.
So Scorp tries to do takedowns and stuff in the 3rd round, but really this is all Godfather. Exactly the same shit keeps happening. Godfather starts sprawling as well, which is good technique. There's all sorts of bullshit where the ref doesn't call for takedowns and stuff that are obviously takedowns, but I'm just beyond this at this point, so it's all good. Godfather announces the winner. The Ho Train come in to celebrate with him. By far the best fight.
Oh no, wait, no.
Fuck all of this, though. The episode of Raw has choppy pee-pee on it.
I love this so much. Val Venus!
Choppy pee-pee. Get out, cameraman!
Choppy! Your pee-pee! Ah! And it's Funaki with a salami going, yeah, to the camera.
One of my favourite feuds of all time. Just hilarious, like Russo booking. Really, really funny.
Good old Mrs. Yamaguchi.
Yeah, for sure. So next up, we've got Darren Drozdov versus Savio Vega. JR puts over that Droz broke Hawk's nose in the opening bout. The hard cam is on the WCW side of the ring, not the WWF side of the ring. Really weird.
Nice arena setup.
It was always kind of like one of those special shows when the camera would be on the other side. You go, oh, it's different tonight,
There must be a truck coming in for this Titantron.
So a bit slow to get started, but like...
Bit slow?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
For sure.
This made like Mark Canterbury look like he's a fucking lightning bolt.
There's a moment where Savio Vega lands a clear takedown, but because Droz took Savio's back after they've hit the floor, the ref goes, no points. Fucking idiot. Again, the ref is scoring and controlling this fight at the same time, and Bisping's adopted the I fucked up that line. Droz does the Bisping stance now, chin in the air, belly first. It's not very clever. So they show us a bit of a slip as well. It's more of a gentle stumble. There's no knockdowns or anything. Number 2, both lads come out swinging. There's a couple of doubles, a couple of decent double legs. JR has this line where he goes, you won't get this action anywhere else, I guarantee you.
And he's not wrong. I bet that was a line fed from Vince.
Well, you think about this action, right? So to get this action anywhere else, you would need pro wrestlers doing pretty awful amateur boxing and wrestling with boxing gloves on where they can't do anything once they hit the ground.
Oh, YPW.
Brutal, but okay. Blah, blah, blah. Round 2, they both swing. Savio gets a double underhook and throws Droz to the ground. That's not a takedown. You have to control. What do you mean, JR?
Because the double underhook suplex was not controlled. Does he not know shoot wrestling?
So
at this stage, with that takedown / wrestling move, I asked the question to myself, if Kurt Angle was in this tournament, would have he won it? I would have said hands down yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, just has to avoid punches. They've got giant gloves in their hands.
He basically win each card like takedown.
He would do what Dan Severn was doing. He'd take dudes down, and
but he'd actually
take
them down.
Yeah, for sure.
And win.
Yeah, absolutely. This is like watching a bunch of amateurs think they can run the UFC. It's really fucking dumb, is all I put here. Droz lands a few big shots. They hug post-fight. I had it 15-20 to Vega, but Droz is announced as the winner. No justification why, but let's just move on.
Well, Vega didn't qualify.
So on this Raw, I don't know if you caught this bit because it was kind of, you'd had to skim through to find it, but Godfather comes out for a match with Vader, okay? Not a shoot match, just a normal wrestling match, a worked one. Godfather is in the ring and Bart Gunn comes down to shout at JR on commentary. I beat Dr. Death, you're making excuses for him, saying he was injured, all this sort of shit. JR stands up and shouts back at Bart Gunn, going, you can jump in the ring and sort this problem out if you want. There's your man in the next round.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest moment ever. So Vader comes out dancing in his entrance, and I've never laughed more in my life. Like, non-serious Vader is my favourite thing in pro wrestling now. But then Godfather offers Vader the hose, and he chooses them over a match with the Godfather. So Vader doesn't want to fight. He just wants the hose.
Who doesn't?
Bart Gunn is sitting at ringside looking sad. Like, just so depressed. Vader goes up to Bart Gunn for no reason whatsoever and goes, you should take the women rather than fighting, when he offers in the next round. Bart Gunn then throws a worked punch at Vader, who sells it like death. Like, what's happening? Gunn then dives in the ring, and Godfather and him are working together, right? Even though they're just about to have a shoot fight. Godfather slides out the ring and goes home with his hose, leaving Vader all alone and sad. And you're like, no! You didn't get the fight or the hose.
Leon!
This is my favourite bit of the whole tournament. This is awesome. So, Edge is hanging about in the stands. As Marvelous Mark Mero is the ring. No entrance. Is he jobbing? Because he's got no entrance or anything.
Well, Sable's over, so yeah, he's jobbing.
Marvelous Mark Mero versus Bradshaw. Bradshaw gormlessly walks to the ring, and we see the tournament brackets for the first time. Whoever wins this bout is going to get Droz in the next round. They face off, and there is seems to be some legitimate heat, because they don't seem very happy with each other. And I remember there's lots of stories of Bradshaw kind of bullying Mero backstage and talking about his missus and all this sort of stuff.
And you would, because she's in magazines. Slag.
Right? Calm down. So, wait.
Sorry, Brock.
This is the moment where I'm like, wait a sec. Didn't Mero lose to Steve Blackman in the first round? And then JR explains what you explained earlier, that Blackman has the injury and so it's not going to be here. You explained that, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. I can't remember about that specific. So round one, jab, jab. Bradshaw backs Mero into the corner. Mero lands a nice left hook. Bradshaw rushes Mero for a takedown. Body shot or two by Mero as Bradshaw rushes in. Bradshaw goes for another takedown, but Mero blocks it. I've got it 5-5. Mero punches Bradshaw's takedowns. Round two, Bradshaw comes rushing in. Mero lands a shot or two. It's kind of this bullshit bit where Bradshaw starts tying people up with a collar hook and just throwing rabbit punches. Like, he's a dirty piece of shit.
JR. Well, a bit of dirty boxing.
Yeah, just a bit.
All right, JR.
He's literally just punching him in the back of the head and stuff as well. Like, he's a piece of crap. So the ref goes, you're hooking him. Break it for like 10 seconds. After explaining earlier, if you don't break for 5 seconds, you're going to have points deducted. Does fuck all about it because he knows he has to deal with Bradshaw backstage afterwards.
And also, no one's actually got a real scorecard. How are they going to deduct points?
Exactly. It's fucking stupid. So imagine
the guy in
like
the production truck going, that one. Or that one. That one.
It's making shit up. Bradshaw, he eats an uppercut as he scores a double leg takedown because obviously uppercuts aren't going to work in this situation. He's kind of getting power behind with the gloves. Bradshaw then saves Mero as he goes to stand up. Bradshaw is a piece of shit. Anyway, I don't know about the scoring. Who gives a fuck? So round three, Bradshaw rushes in, doesn't break when the ref tells him to. The ref again does absolutely fuck all about it. Holds Mero in the corner and turns the corner to score a takedown. The ref goes, that's 5. I'm like, what? They kind of fell into each other. Mero goes, something, that's not 5. You need to fucking break. Like, you can't say that on TV, Mark Mero.
TVMA.
Ref admonishes Bradshaw, who looks at him gormlessly going, what? I don't understand. And the king goes, ref isn't calling that a takedown. It's like, but he scored a takedown. Like, what is happening? I don't understand anymore.
Jerry Lawler was taking his Nokia 3210 for which child he was going to take to the prom.
Fucking hell. So Mero slams a hook into Bradshaw's midsection because he's fucked off by this whole thing. Bradshaw wraps him up. both dirty boxing in the clinch. Bradshaw falls onto Mark Mero, and JR goes, "Is that a takedown?" "Yes, it is, JR. If you fall onto someone and they fall onto the ground, you've taken them down. Learn the fucking rules."
JR's too busy looking at his 32-10, seeing which child is going to take to the prom.
No, come on, JR's all right. It's basically stupid. Ignoring the points that should have been deducted for Bradshaw hooking and all this sort of stuff, I have it 20-15 Bradshaw. But really, he should have lost at least 10 points.
Yeah.
Because he hooked him and held him down at least twice.
Dirty cheat. Dirty, rotten cheat.
Absolutely. It's announced that this fight is a draw and that we're doing another fucking round. And I'm like, oh, for God's sake, where did this come from?
Did you not see how well it went down with the Iron Man between Brett and Sean? We want to go one more. Give me one more round.
I guess there's some sort of like precedent set for it in that sense, but like, oh, it's so dumb.
But they couldn't have another draw because it's a case of, all right, well, whoever wins the semi-final match has won the competition. We've got to go one extra.
You would have thought one of them would be injured, so they had to go through anyway. But it's a round 4, the illegal round, I'm calling it. Bradshaw looks absolutely shot, but there's a whole bunch of bullshit. Basically, Bradshaw does some dodgy stuff. It's a lot of the same, basically. Bradshaw is announced as the winner. The shittest sport I've ever seen in my life, if you can call this a sport.
I mean, I would say it for this match, but even for this, I really regretted suggesting this now at this stage. I just want to watch Raw from '98.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking the whole time. That's why I kept skimming through it and enjoying it. So this Raw has Val Venus doing the half the man he used to be promo. Choppy choppy PP. It's absolutely great. But then we jump to the Raw afterwards, and we've got Godfather with his hoe versus brilliant Bart Gunn.
Setting up, yes, I love it. You know, mixing work, kayfabe and shoot, yeah.
So, I mean, something happens here, and I'm just like, what's happening? I had to pause it because I was just like laughing at how shit it all was. King, as the guys are making their entrance, go, on the phone right now from the White House, it's someone impersonating Bill Clinton, doing jokes about him and Monica Lewinsky and stuff. And he's like, why? Why are we doing this? What's happening?
Probably Jesse Ventura saying to Vince, can you just bury this guy?
Hey, do you think that's what it is, you know? Yeah, maybe.
But wasn't this guy who did the Clinton impersonations on the phone the same guy who came and did like the nugget thing for Owen Hart?
Oh, Jason Sensation. Yeah. It could have been. Yeah, he does impersonations. Yeah. Do you like impersonations?
I'm not very good at them.
Okay, cool. The answer's meant to be what? Yes, so I can go why. Sorry.
Yes.
It's all good, don't worry.
No,
blowing the spot. Highlights of Bart Gunn.
I'm reworking the spot.
I'm moving on. Highlights of Bart Gunn versus Vader from Heat, where Godfather threw Bart into the ring post. Blah, blah, blah. We get a tale of the tape for the first time. Both are super heavyweights coming in at over 265. Godfather is 6'6". Bart Gunn's 6'4". It's Bart Gunn and thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Oh, who gives a fuck? So, first round, both lads want to take the center of the center of the ring, which is rare. You see it in boxing occasionally. But usually it's one guy dancing, one guy taking the center. Like they fall into a routine almost. So it's really interesting to see both guys try and take the center because it's really competitive really quickly. Bart Gunn goes for a takedown, but Godfather sprawls and blocks it. It's like, holy fucking shit, for a big lad, you're agile as hell. Yeah. Bart is throwing more, but Godfather's landed the better shots. I have it 5-0 for Bart after the first round. Second round's kind of a lot of the same, but then there's this moment where Bart Gunn spits out his mouthpiece. You're like, that's a dumb fucking idea.
If you not watched The Godfather, you should have picked his hose.
Godfather doesn't offer the hose to Bart Gunn, does he, at the beginning of the fight either?
Have you seen the punches?
I would have offered them the hose. I'm not taking your fucking punches.
998 WWE. Those guys would be in trouble.
So there's a few punches landed. Godfather comes firing back. The ref keeps telling Godfather to get out the corner. And I'm like, why? Is that a rule now that you can't be in the corner getting punched? Isn't that what boxing is?
Yeah.
Like, where did this come from? They're just adding random rules as they're kind of going along.
Got to legitimise it with the WrestleMania 15 plans coming into fruition.
Bart starts throwing left hand after left hand. Godfather just stands there and kind of absorbs them, which is a dumb fucking tactic against a guy with a left hand like this. Bart Gunn knocks Godfather down at the bell at this point. Now, was this before the bell or was this after the bell? Because I had it down as after the bell.
Work before.
Yeah, is that what you go with? Because they definitely keep showing the replay and going, oh, look, he got the great takedown. But there's no audio on any of the replays. And you're like, oh, I don't know, boys. So I have it 10-0 Bart, assuming that knockdown didn't count. If it did, it'd be 20-0 Bart at this point. They show all sorts of cool slow-mo replays of the knockdown. Stuff that I've not seen WWF use ever until this point. There's a shot. kind of from the entranceway. That's kind of above almost. Like, it's a really interesting place to put a camera.
Cam, wasn't it?
Yeah, really strange place to put a camera. But yeah, they've got all high-speed slow motion replays as well, which they didn't use for any of their other stuff as well.
They've actually set those up for years. It's just some bloke in the production trying, oh shit, I've hit the wrong button. Just leave it. Just leave it. And back to hard cam.
Round 3, they both come out swinging. Bart goes for more lefts. Bart switches it up, throws the right hand, and down goes the Godfather. An absolutely brutal knockout.
Hooray for the knockout artist.
Yeah, it just looks absolutely deadly. Like, I would not want to take this punch ever.
Had the Brawl for All been this level of fight?
This is a good fight, yeah.
Had this been that level throughout, this might have been a bit more of a palatable watch.
Yeah, for sure.
As opposed to tough guys slapping the shit out of each other's tits.
Yeah, cheating.
Yeah.
Like, just dirty fighting the whole way through this fucking tournament, Bradshaw.
But in fairness, 100k on the line.
Yeah, I can understand, I guess, yeah. So Bart Gunn goes over to JR and talks about respect. JR goes, you've earned it, boy. You're like, okay, good stuff.
Shit, he might win. He's going to fight Steve Austin.
So we get another presidential promo and a Droz thing, the Droz's World promo, before the Bradshaw versus Darren Drozdov fight. Tail of the tape, both lives are super heavyweights. There's a beautiful old picture of Bradshaw they used where he's just got the big moustache. Yeah. You're like, that was such a better look than anything.
Good old Justin Hawk Bradshaw.
So when they do the tail of the tape, Bradshaw has these bits next to him, which are the background details, as they put it. And it says football, barroom, brawling. And you're like, that's silly, right? Droz's ones are 10 times worse. Football, tattoos, puking. And I'm like, how is that background information for a fight? Like, he does puking.
Maybe it's if he pukes, because Jesse Taylor at the end of an Ultimate Fighter, one of the series before they went to Vegas and he got eliminated for kicking the window out of the limo.
I remember, yeah.
He started throwing up in the middle of the octagon after his fight, and he just looked up at Dana White and went, I had eggs.
Oh, gross. So round 1, Bradshaw clearly threw a knee coming in, and you're like, you're a fucking piece of shit. Droz gives no fucks, though. Doesn't complain at all to the ref, and I'm like, I've got a whole new level of respect for Darren Drozdov in this. Wild brawling bullshit, basically. I think Bradshaw just about landed more punches.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, so JR
but
King.
As you said, at this stage, I'm like, fuck you, Bradshaw.
Yeah,
even though
sure.
I knew the outcome, I was like, I just want Droz to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, you know, I think, like, we'll get to it in a second. So JR and King go crazy over a jab that Bradshaw landed, and that kind of stums up the fact that nothing else is really happening. Round 2, more dumbass wild punches. Like, there's no technique here. 1 minute and 40 seconds into this fight, and these lads look fucking exhausted. Droz lands a takedown at the end of the round, so I have it 10-5 to Droz. Takedown and more punches in that round, and obviously Bradshaw got 5 from the previous round.
It's also at this stage I thought to myself, if you're doing King of the Ring, work kayfabe versus shoot, these guys who can go like 6 matches in a night and still be really fresh as opposed to 1.5 minutes of slapping.
Well, that's the difference between the tension and stress that a legitimate fight causes than working for half an hour, where you're working with that person, you can time your spots and work your gimmicks and all this sort of shit.
It's a shame they didn't leave the rest holds out of the Brawl for All.
So round 3, Droz goes for a single leg, but Bradshaw blocks it. Bradshaw does his fake jab and swing with the slap with the right hand. Like, he doesn't do a proper punch. He doesn't do this and snap at the end. He kind of does this.
Rabbit punch
it like sideways with your wrist kind of punch. Like, I think Bradshaw has this reputation as a badass in fights and stuff. Like, I've got a technique to beat this dude now, so if ever I ever punch up with him, fuck you, Bradshaw. I'm on. Let's do it.
Can someone please book Rich versus Bradshaw? I've got decent money to put forward to this for charity.
Please don't. I'm a non-violent man. What can I say? So Bradshaw does his fake jab and slap routine. Both land a punch here and there. Round ends up with Droz shooting in, but he doesn't land it. So I have it 15-10 Bradshaw at the end of the fight. But Bradshaw just leaves the ring after winning, and that's it. Like, what a dick. Doesn't even do a fist bump or anything,
Just wants to get to the final. He wants his money.
So the finals are set up for next week of Bart Gunn versus Bradshaw. I haven't missed anything, have I?
No. It's just amazing that they don't give these athletes such time to recover.
Do you know what this Raw had?
Far away.
It had the debut of Gangrel's fire entrance.
Oh, yes.
Gangrel was there too, but the entrance is there, I think my favourite entrance of all time.
Has to be, hands down.
Did you play video games as endlessly play as Gangrel just so you could see the entrance over and over again?
Custom wrestler, just make sure you give yourself Gangrel's entrance, even if it's got nothing to do with the gimmick.
Fucking hell. Why don't they give, Tommy End this, for example? Put fire around his, dig, 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 dig thing. It'd be so cool.
Money.
I guess they can't do the pyro, but like setting fire to something, it's not that difficult.
Unless, The Rock has that now. He comes out with his flamethrower at the odd Mania, doesn't he?
Does he?
Do you not remember when he set fire to his name, The Rock?
Oh, I do. Yeah, for sure. Okay. So our finals, kind of finals of the let's say a tournament final
of the Bart for All.
The Bart for All. That's a better name for it. The Bart Gun Memorial. Brackesy Bart Gun versus Bradshaw, as we see Bart Gun relaxed, getting his hands taped backstage. Bradshaw is angrily hitting shadow boxing. You're like, let's see which technique is more effective. Being calm going into a fight and calculated, or being like, it's like, if you've ever watched UFC or a boxing match, you know who's going to win straight away.
Yeah.
So,
all right, shut up.
They cut to Taker backstage, wheeling a coffin along, and I'm like, oh, I remember this gimmick. Kane pops out, and they form the Brothers of Destruction. It's the best moment ever.
But what he actually was doing is going, yeah, this Brawl for All was dead.
But like the fact that they cut from them warming up to a gimmick, then back to the legit fight, it's so dumb. The whole thing. I don't think you should ever mix shoot with work ever. I like even the Observer doing it annoys me a little bit,
What, with this gem of a podcast episode that we've gone through, you tell me we shouldn't mix work with shoot?
But that's the point, is that we can criticize things and talk about stuff. That's fine. Like, it's like, but if you're running a legitimate product, don't put shoot fight next to it as well.
Infamy.
Sorry, worked fights next to it,
Infamy.
It's fucking dumb. Occasionally it would happen in Japan and stuff. They'd have like pro wrestling mixed with MMA, then mixed with like half kickboxing, half MMA and stuff. It's like, just no. One or the other, So here we go. Generic entrance music for both, even for the tournament final.
Fine, consistent.
This is sponsored by Stridex Triple Action. Yeah. Replays and the highlights from the two lads in the tournament. JR finally talks about how there's 75k to the winner and 25k to the loser. It's like, why the fuck haven't you talked about this throughout the whole tournament?
Because the winner was going to get a fight with Steve Austin until it wasn't Steve Williams.
Yeah, exactly. So
who are we going to have go against our top champion, the big name of our company, the biggest name in the wrestling business? Bart Gunn, or at the time, Justin Hawk Bradshaw. Give him 100k.
So round one, Bradshaw swings wildly. Bart Gunn fucks him up. Bradshaw flops down. Ref goes, "Are you okay?" Very little response from Bradshaw. He kind of nods after about 30 seconds in the corner. Bart Gunn takes 2 steps forward, right hook, left hook, and down goes Bradshaw. You got knocked the fuck out, son.
Ka-ching!
It's nice that he changed it up a little bit, throw the right and then the left, just to fuck with him a little. Yeah, that was pretty sweet. So Bart Gunn wins the tournament by knocking out the giant douchebag that is Bradshaw. Instant justice is what I'm thinking at this point.
And I think we can all agree that the Brawl for All was the first stepping stone in a fantastic career in the world of professional wrestling for Baracus. Baracus Bart Gunn.
So Bart Gunn talks to the camera a bit, but the commentators are talking over him, and you kind of feel sorry for that. It's like he's saying something about his family, I think, like going, "Oh, thank you, I
can buy my family back." Cheers, Vince.
He's going to hook up with Billy again, So Bradshaw is with the Doc in the ring, just looking upset and everything. So this is the Raw where the Brothers of Destruction become a thing, and I'm like, that's fucking awesome. This final was on the 24th of August 1998. Fast forward 7 months and 4 days later.
Lots of time to train.
It's WrestleMania 15.
Where our main event is Dr. Death Steve oh, wait. Hang on.
But
Gun.
Before that...
Butt gun?
No. Before that, we have a Mark Mero versus Butterbean match. Do you know about this?
Yeah.
Okay, so... a 4-round tough man contest that ends in a low blow by Mero. So it's obviously a worked thing. Okay, Pritchard talks about it on his podcast as such horseshit. Okay, it's just like such a good way of like describing it, and I think that's the best way to put it. Like if Butterbean and Mero are in a ring, there's only one outcome.
Yeah, Mero's going to knock him the fuck out. Oh, wait, hang on.
Which leads into Bart Gunn versus Butterbean at WrestleMania 15. We get an opening video package. The pros who were interviewed for it go, Bart Gunn's going to win. He's going to knock him out in 2. And you're like, good luck with that, mate. Do you know who this guy is? Like,
my favourite part of this entrance, when Butterbean came, I was like, oh, he's wearing Lex Express gear.
what, the Union, not
Stars and Stripes.
Stars and Stripes, that was going with, yeah. It's fucking great. His whole team are wearing them as well. He's even got the little bandana with the American flags and stuff.
Because after Lex Luger refused to go on the fucking Lex Express bus, they need to give it to someone, so Butterbean came in for $5 million on the bus.
So, for our WrestleMania 15 Brawl for All match, I guess you can call it, fight, whatever, they had all sorts of like issues with what they're allowed to call these things. Such. You can't call it a boxing bout because the commissions are like...
Contest.
You can't work a boxing bout. Sure you can't. Like, no one's ever done that. But like, so we've got a professional boxer, a knockout artist, against a guy who's essentially spent the last few years working for a living, like not doing legit shoot stuff. Conrad, on his Something to Wrestle With Pritchard, describes Butterbean as, if he touched you, you'd die. I was like, it's pretty accurate, to be fair, you know? And they show Isaac Hayes and the Mean Street Posse at ringside, and I'm like, I love 1998. Just everything about professional wrestling is so good at this time.
Everyone can't... No. Well, they was with oddities, weren't they, for a little bit, ICP?
Yeah, they had I actually watched some oddity stuff on these Raws. I had to mute out the ICP song. Like, that was the best bit about the oddities, you know? So that's a shame, but... So the ref for this bout is Vinny Panzienza, who's a legit boxer. Judges on the outside get introductions, and one of them is Gorilla Monsoon, and I just... Oh, my heart. Like, what a ledge. The whole crowd stands and applauds this old man who's, like, on the verge of death almost at this point. And it's like, you just see Gorilla at ringside and you're like, fuck, man. You retired in, like, 1980. You're like, oh, just...
Backstage when Vince asked him to be a judge, he went, oh, well, what?
So, even at Wrestle Freaking Mania, we get the generic Brawl for All music entrances for both lads.
Consistency.
Consistently shit, yeah. So no JR on commentary. We've got Cole and King for this one. So I'm assuming this is after a Bell's palsy attack.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. It's a shame because, JR at this point as well is the voice of my childhood, the voice of everything. There's also, Mick Foley talks about, having Cole calling his title victory win.
Yeah.
And how, like, it was like he always wanted it to be JR. And, like, you listen to that moment and it's just not the same, And this certainly wasn't. So they put over Butterbean, knocked out a whole bunch of people. Bart Gunn comes out as the Hammer. You're like, Greg Valentine's a bit angry back there.
And so's MC.
But not the Gun, Bart Gunn. If you're going to be a boxer and MMA fighter, like, you go with the obvious nickname, surely,
Well, then it was
Bart the Gun, Nickname the.
I'd rather him be Bart Gunder.
Gunder?
Gunder. Bart Gunder.
All right, fair enough. So,
Gunderson.
What am I talking about? So,
how are you going to pitch this out for 35 seconds?
There's this brilliant moment where Bart Gunn as he's walking to the ring, he throws up an X like this. I'm like, either you're doing New Jack or DX. So like, why would you throw up an X? Like, don't you know the industry?
Because he's about like, I'm going to have to call this match in about 30 seconds.
Injury, come help me,
Where's Dr. Death when you need him?
So Bart Gunn's wearing blue and yellow trim stuff. He looks just like a boxer, basically.
Randy Orton's original gear.
At least he's got like proper boxing gear this time. They put some effort in for WrestleMania.
He's got $75,000. He can invest.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah.
He went on for bought 2 cowboy hats and a couple of long shooting jackets.
$75,000's a lot of time in '98, a lot of money in '98.
Yeah.
So the ref goes.
Austin made it in a second on merch.
Yeah, true. So when they're standing facing off, there's like a nice good face off for the cameras and everything. The ref ends it with this beautiful line: "Fight hard and kick some ass." Bart Gunn was not listening. And also you can't kick ass because you can't kick in this rule set, so that's pretty shitty.
Well, Bradshaw can.
So, well, yeah. Round 1. Butterbean knocks the fuck out of Bart Gunn.
The end.
There you go.
End podcast.
I mean, that's it, really. Butterbean has his hands down. Bart has his hands down against Butterbean. Guess what the fuck happens? Butterbean knocks him down. Bart stands up and kind of goes, "Where am I?" And the ref goes, "Right, let's carry on." Butterbean walks in, one right hook to the face, flop on the ropes, fight's over.
In the referee's ear, basically Vince was like, "Kill him, then we'll sack him."
Yeah. There's lots of people talking and writing about how this was punishment for Bart Gunn from Vince for fucking up their plans to Steve Austin. Like, how can you punish a dude for winning a legitimate fight tournament? That's dumb as fuck.
And also, more importantly, just book Steve Williams against Steve Austin if you really want to do it.
Exactly. Like, you're the WWF. You don't need to do shoot fight tournaments.
I mean, that match would have been shit.
Yeah, probably. I mean, Steve can work. Williams can work, but he's no Steve Austin.
No.
He's no Taker. You have such a good roster at this point. Why do you need Dr. Death, Steve Williams?
Bringing him, Dan Severn, there was no point.
No.
They were just bringing in people because I think this was in answer to WCW when they got Tank Abbott.
Probably. Yeah, it was around the same time. It's 97, 98, 99. Yeah, it's all those years.
WCW made Tank Abbott become a fan of 3 Count.
That was great. That's one of my favourite gimmicks ever. Really, really dumb. So basically, this is a pro against an amateur, and it's sad, you know, but there's a little bit post-fight as well. After the bout, a person in a chicken suit comes out and fucks with Vinny, the ref. A pro boxer punches out a goddamn mascot who barely sells it. Like, the chicken just stands up.
Terry Taylor, Red Rooster.
And I'm like, this is the way to end the Brawl for All. Brilliant. You know, a pro boxer knocking out a chicken sums up everything I feel about it. It's just fucking dumb.
Yeah, unsurprisingly, I don't think we're ever going to get to see anything shoot-based ever again in WCW. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it in TNA.
Yeah, maybe. I think Cyrus knows what's up, you know. I don't think he's going to do any legitimate stuff. I don't think it's going to hurt anyone.
So I think there can be no positives taken from the Brawl for All other than the fact that PCO is actually blind in one eye.
Yeah, for sure. There's a few things that are vivid memories. Like seeing Butterbean knock someone the fuck out is always entertaining, at least.
Seeing Bradshaw get knocked out was entertaining.
That was the best moment for sure. Like seeing Scorpio and Godfather, I think, was the best bout of the whole tournament in terms of quality boxing and such.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen 2 actual grapplers go up against each other, but they never really did that. But it's just fucking shit, isn't it?
It's bullshit.
So let's quickly talk about some of the things that happened. So Bob Holly claims that Dr. Death was paid the £100,000 prize money. That's where that comes from. At first, allegedly, Shamrock and Severn were not allowed to compete, but Dr. Death alleges that Dan Severn backed out during having to wear boxing gloves. We've talked about a little bit about the injuries and stuff. So Godfather, Blackman and Hawk all had to take extended time off. Savio Vega aggravated an old arm injury and never worked with Vince McMahon ever again.
Yep.
Brackus
died.
Almost. Brackus injured his knee and his shoulder and then immediately retired in 1999. And I'm like, he was also a really bad wrestler, which probably had something to do with it.
He could have been in the ECW puke copter.
Yeah, you feel sorry for the lad, though. You know, you made it to the WWF and you get in a shoot fight tournament, you fuck yourself up and that's it.
Got to try and make a name for yourself if you think you're tough.
I guess so, man. He was not. He was just roidy.
Yeah.
There's a big difference, you know. A few little quotes from people about this. I've only got a couple. Jim Cornette. The stupidest thing WWF have ever done. That's quite a spectrum of things, you know.
Katie Vick.
Gobbledygooker, like everything, you know.
I would definitely rate Katie Vick as worse than the Gobbledygooker. Jesus.
One of my favourite ones. Yeah, true. Jim Ross.
Jesus.
Jim Ross has maybe my favourite line because I'm just like, fuck off, mate, every time I hear it. One of those ideas that looks really cool on paper. Like, how does this look good on paper? What the fuck are you talking about?
Have they done the old, you know, when I think it was Steve Blackman or Ken Shamrock, they had like all the cars circled around. They had like the car park lot brawl when all the cars
I remember that. Yeah.
Had they just done it in that, then I would have been on board. No gloves, taped fists, kick the shit out of each other.
Should have done the glass on the fists. You know what I mean? The old school Japanese deathmatch shit.
Jeez.
Like if they'd have thrown in some, I don't know. So I mean, immediately there's all sorts of ways you can improve this. Just do it as a boxing tournament. That'd be so much more
entertaining.
There's
a million ways you can improve it. Just give the TV time to, I don't know, Mini Dink.
Yeah, for sure. Just do pro wrestling. It was so good at this point. And
I think that's going to be a thing going forward for this podcast. Do pro wrestling. Not fucking shitty gimmick boxing, shoot, fight, tangible, fucking multi-combat fighting.
Yeah, for sure. There's, I did, my little bit of research I did, I've had quite a busy week, didn't do as much research for this as I would have liked to with the background and stuff. But one of the things I found, there's an article on WWE.com now, obviously it was on WWF.com, which is called Bring It Back.
No.
And it has quotes from Steve Blackman talking about the tournament and how it went and all the things I've talked about so far. It's where I got a lot of the information from because it seemed like the most legitimate source I could find because I'm not a big fan of just using Wikipedia and stuff if I can avoid it. But then there's an article down the bottom where Daniel Bryan is being interviewed about who would win in a current roster Brawl for All. So, ignoring the wrestling... Oh, actually, fuck it. If Brawl for All was done right now with the whole roster, who is in the final 2, do you think?
Lashley and Strowman.
Interesting. You missed Lesnar there, by the way.
I don't think he'd win.
You don't think Lesnar could?
I think Strowman or Lashley in a shoot fight would beat Lesnar.
Yeah, I'm right up there. Like, that's pretty much for me as well. Like, I think people would have trouble against Big Show if he's still part of the roster.
He is still part of the roster, just you never see him.
Okay, because he'd be difficult to take down, especially if he just backs into the corner. And one punch from that dude, and you're not getting up. You know?
Yeah, but then again, you take one punch from Lacey Evans, and you're out.
Okay.
Here's a twist.
I would say I agree with you with Lashley and stuff because the MMA training and everything. My one little maybe Ronda Rousey.
Well, this was I was going to say. Would you do? Obviously, in the ladies one, Ronda Rousey would destroy the entire female roster, no doubt.
Let's do it mixed.
Ronda would tap out Brock.
I would put money on Ronda over anything. You know what I mean? Like, because the thing is, if Ronda can avoid, if Ronda can avoid getting punched, she can take anyone down.
Yeah, but she can take judo background.
Yeah, for sure. I think she could even take Big Show down if she really tries. It's all about leverage with judo, you know? Like, as long as you get a hook somewhere, you know, that was my thing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. If it was a purely female one, it would be Rousey every day long.
For sure.
Rousey with one arm tied behind her back.
Anything else you want to talk about?
This was fucking awful.
It was really bad, yeah.
I loved it.
The whole time I was watching this, I was going, you know what we should do? Is once we start to get our numbers up a little bit more and we start to set up a Patreon or something, do one Raw every week from 1998. It'd be so good just to watch Raw every week.
I'd be happy. Start at the start of the year and just do the whole calendar year, but based on Raw from 1998.
For sure.
Maybe, seriously, from year 2020, let's just do the 1998 Raw back-to-back and review the whole of Monday Night Raw from 1998.
Do it week for week, you know what I mean? So the first week of January, you do the first week from 1998 and just do the whole year of Raw. It'd be so much fun.
The World of Rawsling podcast.
Yes. Okay, well, that's going to be done at some point now in the future.
Brilliant. We've got a lot of wrestling to get through before the end of the year. Then 2020 is just going to be a whole year of Monday Night Raw.
Oh, who knows, man. Right, I guess we'll leave it there. Yeah.
You have a new Twitter handle.
I do. I've changed my Twitter handle because I found that Fanboy Rich was available, and I started kind of accidentally calling myself that on like our old descriptions we used to do. It was just professional wrestling fanboy because I didn't want to put myself over too much as anything more than
as
just
opposed
a fan.
to be professional wrestling commentator, manager, and
but
retired
you are,
wrestler.
you know.
Yeah.
Because I've never done any of that, I didn't want anyone assuming that I was something I wasn't almost, you know what I mean? But then you called me a few times and I kind of stopped doing it because I was like, I don't want a gimmick. I was like, you know.
And now you've got a Twitter handle.
No, I do. So, Fanboy Rich on Twitter. So, yeah, you can find me there. It's still Rich Be Thy Name on Insta, but I'll probably change it to Fanboy Rich if I can.
I'm at the Tex Williams on Twitter and Instagram. Thanks very much for some of the really disgusting messages I've received on Twitter this week.
I forgot to ask you about that. What was that?
I'll read you the message. Now, in fairness, this message is actually...
Don't put them over. Don't say their name.
No, I'm not... Well, they're an egg and they're a lot of profile, so you can't actually see who they are.
Fine. Pussy.
So, this is a chap, in fairness, who did send me a message in August of in 2018, saying, "You're trying to be the Ron Burgundy of wrestling and failing badly. Give up."
Excellent.
Well, I just ate a big red candle. But over the weekend, I received a message which said, "Your commentary on OWE is as bad as your daughter is ugly."
Oh, wow. That is delightful, isn't it?
And at that stage, I thought to myself, my daughter's pretty cute, so I must be pretty good at commentary.
Yeah,
what a lovely compliment.
Boy, yeah. The fact that anyone would take their time to do that sort of shit just bemuses me, you know?
This is what I said, in all seriousness, I do wrestling commentary. I'm not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah.
JR wasn't everyone's cup of tea.
But that's when you know you're getting over. Is when you start getting people saying shit like that to you.
There was one other, which there are a few other things in my DMs, but that was my favourite.
But any success I've ever had in my life is as soon as I know I'm getting successful is when people start talking shit about me.
My favourite on the Nothing Else on TV platform relating to OWE commentary.
Go on.
No Mandarin episode, ? I don't know if I can survive listening to the English commentator, ...
Awesome.
So, yeah. You can see me on the SCPW YouTube channel. SCPW, just search SCPW Wrestling. You can see me every week. Well, you can hear me every week on Nothing Else on TV for Oriental Wrestling Entertainment. Book me for your shows and let my voice ruin your wrestling product.
Cool, man. So you can find us all on World of Rest Pod on Twitter. WorldOfWrestlingPodcast.com's got all the subscriber bits for any podcast stuff. And we have a new end screen, which I'm going to put in now. So yeah, so it's going to be, if you're watching this live, there's going to be no links on this end screen yet because obviously I have to put them in post because YouTube have absolutely dog shit support for streamers. But yeah, goodbye everybody.
See you next week for Hogan versus Kidman.
Are we going to
start? The story begins.
We're going to start the trilogy next week. Trilogy, 4 shows, 3 shows.
Definitely 3, potentially a bolt on if we need it. Because of the story so vast.
Wait. The Hogan Kidman trilogy begins next week.
New Blood Rising.
Oh, yes. So much better than fucking bad shoot fighting. Take care, everybody.
See you later.
Bye-bye.